10 days separate the Phillies from the beginning of the 2013 regular season. The fine-tuning and tweaking of the opening day roster is heading into its final stage. Immediate impact and stability is on the line, and some are straddling the line that will decide their place.
It's a beautiful March day here in Clearwater, Florida, and over the Carpenter Complex, just over the left field wall. There are a lot of hopes and dreams as some of the minor league guys go through their drills. They'll be playing games over there this afternoon, and inside this beautiful ballpark, the Phillies will play the Atlanta Braves and a preview of the team they're going to start with when the season begins in just a few days. Hi, everybody. I'm Chris Wheeler along with Gary Matthews. Tom McCarthy's on another assignment. Murph will be along later. Hey, Sarge, we're at that point in spring training right now where the bench jobs are still open. What do you see about that?
Well, I tell you, it's always going down to the last part of spring training. Who decides those particular jobs there? Now, take a look when we're talking about the bench, the guys that may make this club right there. Nobody better defensively than this guy here, Freddie Galvis. As you see him slides down there and catch that ball right near the line. A lot of baseball IQ, too. Here's a guy, good arm there, Betancourt, as he ends up throwing out a runner there. And I tell you what, this guy can hit, too, leading that group in hitting. Encenarte, well, probably the best arm here in camp, debatable for sure, in that outfield as he throws a strike to home plate there. You're going to like this kid, and he has a lot of speed to boot for sure there. Now, when you take a look there, again there at the numbers, I was just telling you about the averages, but each and one of these guys there, Wills, they bring something different to this ball club for sure. I talk about Encenarte, that really good arm. Nobody is really tearing it up besides Betancourt as far as with the average. But again, they do bring something differently.
Yeah, an anxious time for some guys right now trying to prove that they belong on the ball club. Well, one guy that doesn't have to prove anything, the guy who pitched last night in Fort Myers, Cole Hamels, he looks like he's ready to go.
Yeah, well, maturity has actually set in for this kid here. He knows how good he can be. He's been an all-star. He's been an MVP there of the playoffs. Take a look. He's got all his pitches working. This is what it's all about. And not only that, he's in control of his pitches. The breaking ball that he has come up with, boy, I'm telling you, look out there. National League East, it's going to be devastating. There's that curveball I was talking about. There's he freezes Victorino. I tell you what, there's a man on a mission there, and I'm telling you, I'm looking forward to this year so far here, Chris.
Yeah, and here's the pitchers that these two teams are going to have beginning the season, and they start in Atlanta. It'll be Cole Hamels against Tim Hudson. We're going to see Paul Maholm here, John Lannon in the starting rotation. Real good starting pitching for both these teams, and that's why both teams think that they can have a really successful season. So it won't be long, and these teams will be at each other.
Yeah, I like, too, on that graphic there. You saw how they're breaking it up from the left-handers. I think that's good, really, for both teams.
Well, the Phillies and the Atlanta Braves, a little preview of what's to come real soon. It's a really nice day here. Darren Ruff's going to get some at-bats, and we'll be back with the starting lineups coming up right after this.
Phillies baseball is brought to you by And sellout crowd here this afternoon. Bright House Field in Clearwater, Florida. Chris Wheeler along with Gary Matthews and Greg Murphy. Tom will be back with us on Sunday. He's off on another assignment. And Freddie Gonzalez brings his Atlanta Braves in here. Phillies are going to open the season with these guys pretty soon. Here's the way they're going to go this afternoon. Back for his second tour of duty. Jordan Schaefer will lead off and play right field. Former Yankee Ramiro Pena at shortstop. B.J. Upton in center field. Red hot Freddie Freeman at first base. Dan Uggla will play second. Chris Johnson is the third baseman. Evan Gattis will be behind the plate. Jose Constanza is the left fielder. And the veteran left-hander, we saw him earlier this spring, Paul Mahalam, will get the start. And Adam Morgan, Sarge, will be on the mound for the Phillies. This is a kid they really like.
Well, he really, check out his numbers there. Only 4 2/3 inning, but here in spring training, as you know, Wills, it's guys are just trying to get their work, but you can open up a lot of eyes just by your performance.
Yeah, he was sent out a few weeks ago, and they wanted him to get out to spring training over the complex, and that's where he's going to be with a minor league team this year, Reading or possibly AAA. We'll see what happens. And he starts out 2-0 on Schaefer. And just misses away. 3 balls and no strikes. All the pitches are really close. Home plate umpire Travis Carlson today.
And throws right over the top.
And that's right there for a strike. Adam is 6'1". He's a 195-pounder, now 23 years of age, from Marietta, Georgia, and played collegiate baseball at the University of Alabama. Strike 2 call. All his pitches right near the strike zone, throwing all fastballs early on.
I always thought it was a little bit easier to hit pitchers when they throw right over the top. Schaefer doing a good job, though, leading out, just making them go the whole distance.
He spoils that one in and out of Kratz's glove. This guy, Schaefer, led off a game against the Phillies on opening day a few years ago with a home run, his first major league at bat. Here are the umpires. And Travis Carlson is behind the plate, and then the veterans Phil Cuzzy at first and Iasonia at third, working with 3 today. And he walked him on a high fastball. So Schaefer could steal a bag. Stolen 3 out of 5 so far this spring. I said it's a really nice day here. You see the temperature at 75 degrees and the wind blowing out to left and left center. Here's Ramiro Pena batting .257 in spring training with 3 doubles, a couple runs batted in. Former property of the New York Yankees. Coming over here as a free agent, minor league free agent. And Drelton Simmons, of course, will be their starting shortstop. He played in the World Baseball Classic for the Netherlands.
Oh, boy, he's a good-looking player. Had some tough casualties during the course of the games. Obviously, Hanley Ramirez, you haven't heard, he'll be out. The Los Angeles Dodgers, somewhere between 6 to 8 weeks, you would think.
Broke his thumb. Balls hit the right field, and right there is Dominic Brown. An easy play, 1 out here in the first. Phillies in the outfield with Darren Ruff in left. Jermaine Mitchell has a start in center field this afternoon, and just saw Dominic, who's had a hot spring in right field. There's Ruff. Phillies are using the DH this afternoon, probably because the pitcher that they're using, Adam Morgan, isn't going to be a guy with the club, so they're not worried about him having to get up in a bunt situation. Here's B.J. Upton, long-time Tampa Bay Ray. Now over here in Atlanta with his brother, Justin Upton. B.J. a free agent, Justin coming over in a trade.
Yeah, B.J. signing a pretty nice contract, didn't he? 5 years, a little over $75 million, that is.
Ball's hammered to deep center field, but plenty of room out there for Mitchell. He puts it away. And back to first will go Jordan Schaefer, 2 outs. A leadoff walk and 2 fly balls. Upton should really, really help this team, Sarge. And here's a look at these 2 guys. And mention Justin coming over in a trade.
Yeah, and really for me, I mean, BJ's a good player, but Justin for me has more upside. But I mean, again, this BJ's got good speed, and
That's what the Atlanta Braves try and do. They try and go out and get athletes, and they sure have.
We got those two, bro. There he goes. Swing and a miss from his knees. And safe at second base is Jordan Schaefer with a stolen base. Eric Kratz had a breaking ball, looked like the handle there. Couldn't quite get the play in time.
Yeah, he hasn't thrown out a lot of runners, but let's face it, Philly pitchers aren't holding them on. You see what a big jump there for Schaefer. Unless he gets that right on the bag, he's going to be safe. And I mean throwing it on the bag on the fly.
No, runner in scoring position for Freeman, who's just been smoking this spring. 7 homers, 15 runs batted in. First in spring training in homers, but right there is Chase Utley as he hooks a breaking ball right at the second baseman. No runs, no hits, no errors, and a man left headed to the bottom of the first, no score. Be long before Charlie Manuel will be matched up with Freddie Gonzalez on opening day in Atlanta on April 1st. And they're going to go at each other again here this afternoon. This is the Phillies starting lineup. Jermaine Mitchell gets a start in center. Uneski Betancourt, we'll talk about him a little bit later. There's a deadline coming up on him. Chase Utley, Ryan Howard at first base, Dominic Brown, a hot spring in right, Darren Ruff's a left fielder. Lance Nix, as we mentioned, the Phillies will use the DH today. Eric Kratz behind the plate, and Freddie Galvis. Sarge going to get a start at third base.
Yeah, he can play any position. Again, we talked about him in the open. His IQ baseball-wise is just off the map in terms of knowing where to go, where to be in all different types of situations.
How about Paul Mahalam with no home runs allowed in spring training? That's almost impossible when you pitch 19 innings.
Well, you want to get noticed again. This is exactly why he will be the number 2 starter this year, at least starting it off.
Yeah, they're going to break up their right-handers, kind of like the way the Phillies are going to planning to break up their 2 left-handers. Mahalam's a 6'2", 220-pounder. He's 31. Actually 30. He'll turn 31 later this year out of Greenwood, Mississippi. Mitchell, former property of Oakland, takes outside. A ball and a strike. Phillies scored some runs off Mahalam way back in February when the Braves were here. But since that time, boy, he has really pitched well in spring training. Breaking ball, a little herky-jerky motion.
Not overpowering at all. A pitcher that will hit the spots, trying to keep the ball down. Wants you to hit more ground balls, obviously. But you really need to concentrate when you're at that plate if you're going to get up hits off of them.
Longtime Pirate, played for the Cubs. In fact, the Cubs traded him to Atlanta last year on the 30th of July, along with Reed Johnson for a couple of minor league pitchers. There are the career numbers on Mahalam, a very serviceable guy. Not a great one-loss record, but as I mentioned, he spent most of his time with the Pirates.
Yeah, he's one of those guys that you got to have excellent defense behind him. Whew.
He dropped the hook on him right there, and strike 3 call as Mitchell is gone.
Well, I tell you what, really nice curve ball. More importantly, when you talk about location, that's all you have to be able to do. He freezes Mitchell. See how he freezes him right there? And he's looking at him going like, oh, boy, I know I'd let this one go. That's why you have to be able to pick up the spin as soon as you can as a hitter.
Uneski Betancourt, I guess when you see that pitch and that happens, you hope the umpire misses it.
Oh, well, you're hoping so. As you know one thing, though, when you follow it in the way Pete Rose used to do, you have no reason to argue.
Betancourt, a ground ball towards the hole and in the left field for a base hit. Yuniesky Betancourt coming into the game at 439 adds to that. And there's a story behind this guy that on Sunday, the Phillies, by Sunday, they have to make a decision whether or not to add him to the roster. So we'll see what happens over the weekend.
Well, you know what? It's just going to boil down to, for me, on whether or not they want to keep him, or he plays similar to Galvis, more so his game. You know, both have good arms, both play excellent defense.
Yeah, when you're talking roster at this point, it's a 40-man roster. They do have a spot open if, in fact, they decide to do that. First pitch to Utley is outside. The 25-man roster is determined prior to opening day, the official opening day of baseball. So what they do is they work off the 40-man roster to that point.
Well, one of the reasons why you see so many scouts just in every ballpark are just for that. Believe me, they have their eye on this kid simply because he can play so many different positions.
Utley takes a strike.
And then being able to hit. I mean, he's had an excellent spring. I mean, this is one of those situations when you call him in to the office, he gets there early. He can hardly wait for you to tell him something that he didn't do well, and he's done just about all of it well this spring.
So that shot of Freddie Galvis there, too, and he's had an outstanding spring. Foul down the left field line to go out of play. Big crowd here this afternoon. Beautiful day for baseball.
Well, you know what? I actually did a little bit of research on who's talking to the ball girls, and nobody wants to actually well, there's no blame to actually take, but the fact is that particular time she just ran off, left a chair there, and decided to go really and hide, I guess.
So there's an orientation involved?
Oh, absolutely. It says
right?
that they tell them every time the first thing you do is take the chair and get out of the way on any fly balls. Now, take a look at this. All right, now there's a chair there. Now she's looking kind of up a little bit. She's, you know what? The glove is for protection, not to really catch the ball.
And who does those orientations?
I knew you were going to ask me that.
Dan McDonough.
He's one of them.
Right, and sometimes
I didn't want to really go and just really put the blame on one person because no one likes to.
No, he does a fine job, but sometimes people listen and sometimes they don't. It's kind of like in here.
No, we do a lot of listening in here, trust me.
2 balls and 2 strikes now on Utley with Betancourt leading off first base. He has not attempted a stolen base. Big hole on the right side for Utley. They may want to just have him stay there, leave the hole open. Whoa, that was a big hanger coming up there, and he flies it into right field. Playable for who wants it, Schaefer. He runs Ugla off the play. Utley kind of shaking his head like, oh, man, was that teed up.
Yeah, they teach the guys there in Atlanta, any fly ball that the outfielder can get coming in, take it. That's why you saw him hustling all the way. Ugla, his job is to go out until he hears a voice. Once he hears that voice, he needs to get away. Now take a look at that ball up, and you're right. Boy, Utley just missed from hitting that ball out. Again, there's that speed coming in. Boy, I tell you, you can't teach that speed.
Now, Schaefer was a center fielder at one time, and they thought their center fielder of the future. And then Michael Bourne came over here, and Schaefer went to Houston, and now they have him back. There's a broken bat, flare to left off the bat of Howard. This guy can really run out there. Constanza won't get there. Throw to third. Betancourt is in. And the Phillies have runners at the corners now. And Brian Howard breaks a bat and gets himself a base hit.
Yeah, Costanza out in left field actually broke back. That's what those big guys will do with that swing. They'll make you take that step back. I don't care how much speed you have. Take a look at it. Now that's a big swing there, and he takes the first step back. Now he's coming in. It's too late. That ball just a dying quail as it flutters down that left field line. You can take that hit, though, any kind of way you can.
Betancourt getting over to third, 2 outs. And now up steps Dominic Brown, who has had a tremendous spring batting at .397. He's throwing a lot of curveballs to these left-handed hitters. Gets that one over for a strike.
Yeah, well, you can bet during the season he'll probably go on and change They don't like really giving away a lot of their secrets. And we're going to face him, though, enough. So he is experimenting, just seeing what guys can hit, what they can't hit.
There's another off-speed pitch. Here's the home run Sargi hit on Tuesday.
Oh, boy. He knew the ball was out. Tell you what, though, offensively, he's done nothing wrong. I mean, as far as I'm concerned, the way he has played, he's actually won the job or to be able to start.
Freeman's going to go get the play at second, and that'll end the inning. Phillies no runs, 2 hits. They leave 2. We're through 1 and no score. It won't be long now. Friday, April 5th, Phillies opener with the Kansas City Royals at 4:05. That's Modell Sporting Goods opening day. Free rally towels. And then Saturday, April 6th at 7:05, Turkey Hill Kids opening night. Jimmy Rollins replica Gold Glove Trophy for kids 14 and under. And then on Sunday the 7th at 1:35, how about IBEW Local 98 Ryan Howard Wiffle Ball set for 14 and under. Order your tickets easily at Phillies.com. The veteran second baseman Dan Uggla. Phillies have seen a lot of this guy throughout his career, hitting at .207 here in spring training. Guy's never going to hit for much of an average. He strikes out a lot, but he can pop one at any moment.
Yeah, just doesn't walk enough. And you're right, he does strike out quite a bit. So when you do that, you're not going to be able to hit for that that average.
Sounds like he broke his bat, and then the wind blows the ball all the way to the warning track. Darren Ruff played that well.
Yeah, he's starting to look better and better out there in the outfield, getting a little bit more used to it. Not an easy position to play.
Yeah, a lot of thin clouds overhead right now. They're actually thickened up a little bit, so no sunshine to get in the outfielder's eyes, and that can really be a problem down here. Here's Chris Johnson. They have an opening at third base. Chipper Jones, of course, is retired. Martin Prado went in the Justin Upton deal. So you have Chris Johnson over here, formerly with Houston, with Arizona. And they look like they're going to platoon him with Juan Francisco. At least at this point, that seems to be the way they're going to go.
That's exactly the way that they're going to go. Pretty hard, though, to get all that production back from the guy they just, they retired, and Chipper Jones. That's one of the guys you just don't make up. You're just going to try and fill the gap there because he brings more to your ball club. Besides just regular stats, he leads that club in a lot of other ways, especially when things aren't going well, and an example when things are going bad, going out on the field, playing, never complaining. And when he's in there hitting, they win.
Does seem strange knowing that he's not a part of their organization anymore.
Yeah, well, won't be able to get on him anymore.
No more Larry chance. Huh?
Yeah.
That used to go over real well. Then he hit one about 450.
I don't think he really ever heard it. You know, I mean, that's the type of player he was.
There's a base hit to center field off the bat of Johnson, coming in the game batting at 368. Well, these guys have been red hot this spring, have the Atlanta Braves. And Murph, how about this offense for them?
When you talk about the NL East, a lot of people are already calling it a three-team race before a game has even been played. But you look at this Atlanta Braves team, and one thing you know for certain is that they are going to hit the baseball. Offensively, they are a very talented team, and they're showing it already here in Florida. Take a look at this. 275 hits already. That leads all National League teams. They had 34 home runs in the spring. And look at Freddie Freeman, the spring he's had. We've talked about Dominic Brown and how good he's been. Freeman, he's been even better. 7 home runs, 46 total bases, his slugging percentage up over 700. So we knew these guys were going to be able to hit, but they are certainly showing it down here. I guess, obviously, guys, the big question for this team going forward will be whether or not the pitching can stand up, because we know they're going to rake at the plate.
Yeah, great point, Murph. And Sarge, when you hit a lot in spring training as a team, what does it mean?
Well, it means a lot. Are you kidding me? Everybody's starting to feel good about themselves. You talk to the hitting coach, he's feeling real good. He said that they played the regular team 2 days in a row. Guess what? 17 runs, 18 runs. So, Murph, you're right about that. These guys, they can swing the bat.
Yeah, and I think what's most important for these guys is that it's the guys they're going to be relying on in the regular season that are doing the damage. I mentioned Freeman's numbers. You look at B.J. Upton's numbers. He's got 22 hits already this season as well. Justin's been hitting the ball. So it's the guys that you're going to see in the regular season. And, you know, they put together a pretty good offensive lineup, no doubt about it. But, you know, you also have to catch the ball and you also have to pitch. So that will be what you really have to watch for with the Atlanta Braves.
Yeah, one of the guys, though, I think they're going to miss more than anyone, or just as much as Chipper Jones, would be their catcher, Brian McCann. And I don't know if he's going to be ready. And talking with their hitting coach, Walker, he said, and there's your manager there, Gonzalez, he said he doesn't think he's going to be able to be ready. He's hitting now, but not throwing, and the throwing hasn't come back the way they would hope.
Yeah, it looks like Gerald Laird would be their opening day catcher right now. He's the guy that has been in the major leagues for a number of years. They brought over as a free agent. One thing about their lineup that you look at, if you're going to say, okay, well, we're going to cool them off a little bit, they have a lot of strikeouts in that lineup.
Right. Well, they have a lot of strikeouts. Again, they have good athletes, but they have guys that can run.
Yep. They have a big ballpark, obviously, in Atlanta with Turner Field, so outfielders who can run, very important to run the fly balls down.
Well, late in the ball game, too. I mean, you got a variety of guys, the ball hitting the gap, they can score in that ballpark in Atlanta.
Here's Jose Constanza, can really fly. Former property of the Cleveland Indians. Came on a little bit a few years ago for the Braves and played well in the big leagues for them, but more or less a backup guy. Extra man if he makes their club.
Yeah, guys, speaking of chasing balls down in the outfield, Wheels, you had mentioned the glare out here. I'm standing right behind Darren Ruff, and it is a very tough sky right now with the sun, kind of bouncing off these high clouds. So Ruff's got the sunglasses on as he chases that one down. That one's going to head out of play. But as soon as he tracked down that foul ball, or that fly ball that he just caught, he turned to Jermaine Mitchell in center field and asked if he had broken his bat. I think he had a hard time picking that one up off the bat originally, and I can see how it's going to be a difficult day out here right now.
Yeah, it did sound like Uggla broke his bat, and it flew all the way out to him.
Yeah, left field again. I'll talk about that and keep saying it. One of the toughest fields to play because those balls get on you so quickly. And if you haven't been out there, it could even be worse. I'll say this, though. Darren Ruff doing a lot better job.
Betancourt on that hanging breaking ball over to Chase Utley. And that will end the inning. Another good inning for young Adam Morgan, who's getting a start here this afternoon. Through an inning and a half and no score. Well, Chase Utley's out there playing for the Phillies this afternoon, and this guy has been the heart of this Phillies run. But what is his long-term future in red pinstripes? Well, ask the 5-time All-Star himself. Plus, count down his top 5 moments with the club on Phillies Focus. That's tonight at 6:30, only on Comcast Sportsnet. Chase Utley there on that final play. He's been moving around great this spring, feeling really good about everything. And he's feeling good about things. That makes everybody around the ball club feel better.
No question. And needing to play about 145, 150 games to do the damage that you know he can do. Has a lot of pride about his game.
Here's Darren Ruff at 226 with a homer and 8 runs batted in. That ball's hit hard. Nice backhand play there by Johnson. High throw, safe. That'll be an error on the third baseman, Johnson. That's one of the things they're not sure about right now. What kind of defense they're going to get from Johnson and Francisco. They like their bats.
Well, one of the reasons you keep hustling, just because of that. Ball hit pretty good there. Got in on him just a little bit. As you see this high throw, Freeman not able to get down, and when he does, he's not able to tag the bag. Take a look at it again as he not getting on top from the side. See when he comes down, not on the bag there. Tried to tag it, but to no avail.
Good call by Phil Cuzzy. Mahalam has pretty good move to first base, as you saw right there, and Ruff's not going anywhere.
No, he'll pick you off just standing out there with a 2-3 feet lead there, looking at him. That's how good his move is.
Here's Lance Nix batting at 250. Lance a DH this afternoon. And Mahalam misses away for a ball. That play, of course, scored an error. The first error for their team so far this afternoon.
Well, usually, too, when that coach at first base says back, if he has to tell you to get back, it's way too late.
Well, he's dropping that hook on the left-handed hitters today.
Tell you that. That's one of his better pitches, that breaking ball. Regardless, I'm sure that second game of the season, we're going to see some breaking balls off of him. Not going to change that much.
Tim Hudson will open for the Braves, their longtime veteran right-hander, against Cole Hamels. And then Mahalam, as Sarge says, supposed to go in Game 2 against Roy Halladay. And Game 3 would be Cliff Lee against Chris Medlin, who really was their best pitcher last year.
Yeah.
They used Medlin to start that one-game playoff that they lost in a controversial fashion to the Cardinals. He's hanging some of these.
He is.
Swinging a foul back.
Nick State right in there on that one. When he hangs it, however, that's when you really need to punish the pitcher for that. You don't get a whole lot of hangers where you can almost time the pitch, if you will. Let's see if he comes back with something outside, maybe a hard slider, or see whether or not he'll throw that fastball, which he threw the very first pitch.
And he got him to chase a breaking ball there and strikes him out, one away. Check out the Phillies' first month of the season. See 27 games, 14 home, 13 on the road, and 12 against the National League East.
Well, most important that you play good in your division. It's going to separate some of the clubs from each other. National League East, the teams that play better will be the teams that will be on top.
Eric Kratz, the batter, will be the Phillies' opening day catcher, we would assume. Phillies in the division are going to play Atlanta, Miami, and the Mets a couple times.
Yeah.
They do not face Washington until later on.
See, and that's the time, too, though. That's early on. You want to win those ball games. You know, not as bad when you're playing against, say, for instance, the West. You know, sure, they still mean a lot, but for whatever reason, obviously, in your own division, you're fighting against them. So it's almost like picking up a couple games when you end up winning against them.
Well, there's an advantage to winning your division.
Yeah.
No doubt about it, as opposed to being a wild card team. Kratz hammers one deep left center field. Upton will never get there. One hopping off the wall. Ryan Sandberg waving Darren Ruff around. We're going to have a play. And the catcher drops the ball, gets away, and the Phillies lead it 1-0 as that thing got away from Gaddis. That was a good relay coming from the outfield. We'll see how they score. That'd probably just be a double and an RBI there for Eric Kratz, but we'll wait on it.
Yeah, Sandberg, I should say, being very, very aggressive as that ball hit in the gap. Look at the way, though, that BJ played that. He knew he couldn't get to that ball, so he didn't go all the way to the wall. That ball there should have actually been a play that should have been made. It was a one-hopper right there. He just didn't hold on to it. Give Darren Ruff some credit for hustling in.
That was a real good throw coming in there, a long hop.
Yeah, I'm going to ask Rhino about that because usually when that ball is developing, he's a little further down the line. I noticed that particular time he was a little closer to third base. He was going to send him, it looked like, anyway, all the way. Got to be aggressive, though, sometimes.
Freddie Galvis, the batter, hitting a .288, playing at third base today. Well, I've had third base coaches tell me that, especially when they're new to a team, like Rhino is this year, that they'll do stuff in spring training they may not do during the season because they're trying to find out about their runners.
Yeah, well, he's been a little bit, I thought, conservative, and he was always a player that really had, well, obviously, his baseball IQ in terms of running the bases was off the map.
Well, strike three call on that breaking ball. The right-handed hitter on a backdoor. Sam Perlazo, his first year here, was getting guys thrown out all over the place. And, of course, he was hearing it from some of the Phillies fans who were down here. Ask him about that, and that's what he said. He wanted to find out about his runners.
Right. Now, take a look at this as Darren goes right by Sandberg, where it almost looked like he had to get out of the way. But usually he is down a little bit further looking at that play develop.
And Mitchell takes a strike call. Jermaine Mitchell leading off today playing center field. He struck out his first time up on that big breaking ball. There you see where Sandberg is getting Kratz off second base with a walking lead and 2 outs. That's one thing about being on second base and you're a third base coach. Just because a guy's at second, even though there's 2 outs, doesn't always mean you can score him.
No. Well, that ball, though, hit in the gap. It's all about really just making sure you're turning and hitting the bases right. You got your eye on the coach. Most base runners, when you see that ball in the gap, you're wanting to score.
Breaking ball in the dirt. Good play there by Gaddis. It's 1-2. You watch Mahalam this afternoon. Looks like fastball, slider, and curveball. Doesn't throw real hard. Herky-jerky motion.
No, he's more control and trying to hit his spots. He's the type of pitcher, and just looking at his record there, he's going to keep you in the game. Type of pitcher needs excellent defense behind him.
Another breaking ball that he bounces up there.
You know, some pitchers can get away if you make an error or two where they go in and strike the next couple of hitters out. Well, he's not that type of pitcher. Braves, they don't make a lot of mistakes when they're going out and trading for a particular pitcher.
And that breaking ball gets another left-handed hitter. He's got Mitchell twice with it, but the Phillies with some aggressive base running here by Darren Ruff. The drop throw at the plate. They lead it 1-0. I talked about all those division games where the Phillies have during the month of April. Well, the New York Mets will be at Citizens Bank Park Monday, April 8th at 7:05. McDonald's opening week T-shirt for fans 15 and over. And then Tuesday on the 9th at 7:05. Love those Hatfield dollar dog nights. Love to visit the booth, right?
Yeah,
You
yeah.
like that?
Well, yeah, we got Smiley coming into the booth, and he always seems to bring you a couple of dogs.
And then on Wednesday, April 10th, Phillies and the Mets at 7:05. You can order easily at Phillies.com. Really neat T-shirt. Had that on the other day. Greg Murphy was out there helping us with all the giveaway items. Murph does a great job out there as a model.
Really now?
Among other things.
Okay.
He's out there telling us about the sun today. There is kind of a glare, even though there are a lot of clouds. Would you rather have a sky like this as an outfielder or one that's completely blue?
No, I want it really a little bit overcast, some blue. Not all blue. I mean, in Arizona, where it's really such a high sky, take a look at that's the kind of the way I like it right there. Arizona, the high sky, you just, coming from California, you couldn't see the ball. You just literally could not see the ball.
There's a good breaking ball there from Adam Morgan. He's an impressive young pitcher. They really like him and think that he has a chance to really contribute in the major leagues, and sooner rather than later.
Yeah, he's probably thinking, why didn't stay up there to get another week's of meal money at least since they brought him back to pitch. Good breaking ball.
Well, of course, that is the pitcher. Mahalami strikes out, but still, he did pull off a little bit.
Yeah, well, we've seen pitchers hit the ball and hit the ball well. Sometimes you got to pitch him like a regular hitter. Rather see him walking back than to see him on first base.
Strikeout number 2 for Adam. Here's Jordan Schaefer, who walked on a 3-2 count and stole a bag in the first inning, was stranded. Notice they are using the pitcher today, hitting, because they may get into bunt situations. They want to do it. Phillies with Adam Morgan today, I don't think they're that worried about it. Swing and a miss at a fastball. Yeah. Actually a foul tip held on to by Kratz.
Usually in that National League, always the option of the home team, whether or not they use the DH or not, or you can use your pitcher, more like game situation.
Fouled back off the screen. Yeah, at this point in spring training, too, you're trying to get into more game situations if you can.
Yeah, and then there are times when you want to get your regular player a few more at-bats, so therefore you'll go on and have the DH.
Charlie with Ryan Sandberg behind him.
He has a lot of pride. He's not going to be wanting to get runners thrown out at home plate. No third base coach likes that to happen. Sometimes you try and force it instead of waiting for another base hit.
And they're all going to get them thrown out.
Well, the good ones do.
Yeah, and in Citizens Bank Park, the alleys are short.
That'll test you.
Yeah, we'll test you. He knows that.
Yeah.
Talked to him about that, and he just smiles. 3-2 again, and he walked him again on a 3-2 count. So
right.
Schaefer's had 2 good at-bats here.
Yeah, just trying a little bit too hard. A good guy for him to probably talk to and pick his brain would be Cole Hamels. He throws kind of over the top, and again, you can just see the maturity in Cole, and he just things seem to be falling right in line for him.
Well, Morgan, they tell us, has a 90s-plus fastball. Little cutter that he'll throw, a changeup, curveball.
That was it. That was filthy. Changeup is all in your motion, deceiving the hitter. Hitter's thinking more of a fastball because of the way your arm is coming through, and then it just doesn't come as hard with that good changeup.
This kid was on our scramble golf team early in spring training this year, so spent an afternoon. He is not a real good golfer, first one to admit, but is he competitive?
Oh, well, that's what it's all about. Starts there.
He really enjoyed himself to a point.
Well,
he wanted to be better, and he had a little trouble being better that day.
Well, as a pitcher, and especially if he's going to be a starter, he'll get that golf game together. Most of them have him that way.
Yeah, if he wants to play. Nobody had more than the Atlanta Braves at one time with Smoltz, Maddox, and Glavine.
Yeah, Glavine, new job, assistant to the president. Didn't show up in spring training this year, however.
One of their assistants is here today, and Jim Fregosi. He's been scouting the Phillies a lot this spring.
Yeah.
So Frank Wren, their general manager, here today.
And these scouts, too, they're at the ballpark the majority of the time here. Fregosi, like you mentioned, has been here. And just making sure that the Phillies don't have any kind of trick plays. And, again, they'll be reporting everything that they see.
Yeah, that bunch of them sit down there behind home plate, and they have their radar guns and stopwatches. Still a big part of the game. Ramiro Pena to fly ball his first time up. There's a good breaking ball there for Morgan. He swings over. That's the second out of the inning. Another strikeout for Adam.
Take a look at the location of it. Again, that's an area usually where you're going to throw that fastball. Once you get something off speed, gets out in front of that, no chance.
B.J. Upton with a homer and 9 runs batted in this spring. He flied at center his first time up. Mick Billmeyer's been doing a lot with the running game so far this spring. Charlie's letting him do it, give the signs to the which he's doing down there over in the third base side for throwovers, maybe a pitch out, maybe step off. Just depends on what he gives. There he goes again. Kratz throw is strong, and he got him this time. Good throw by Eric Kratz, who came up out of his crouch and fired a low strike. Schaefer doesn't think he's out, but that will end the inning, and pitchers love that. They can keep the guy a little bit close and then get him thrown out at second base to end the inning. Here's a look at it on a breaking ball. Strong throw. Is he out? According to the umpire, he is. That's all that matters. Phillies baseball is brought to you by the Quality Plus Sports Stores. Go further. And by Xfinity, the official HD triple play provider of your Philadelphia Phillies. Phillies with a 1-0 lead, an unearned run in the second inning. And back to the number 2 hole hitter in Charlie's lineup today. It's Yuniesky Betancourt playing at shortstop, and he is 1 for 1 with a single in the hole to left. Braves didn't bring a whole lot of pitchers over here with them today. They expect Mahalm to pitch a lot of innings.
Yeah. Well, they're up to 6 innings that the starters are pitching. That's what Hudson pitched his last outing out.
So did Mahalm as that ball's pulled foul down the third baseline. They did bring 3 extra guys from their minor league camp. Talking to Roger McDowell about it before the game, he said, yeah, he really expects Mahalm to pitch deep into the game, and they won't need a whole lot of guys.
Well, that's going to mean 6 or 7 innings.
And Roger gives you that look like, but, you know, you never know what can happen. Bounces up there. He is a character. He's fun to be around.
What a competitor.
Sinker ball pitcher. He's done a heck of a job as their pitching coach since taking over for Leo Mazzoni.
Yeah. Sinker, slider.
Delmon will pitch inside. You really have to, I guess, throw the way that he does. You got to get the hitters move their feet a little bit.
I thought Roger was going to get to where he was telling the other story when he actually threw a ball that was good off-speed pitch. That was in near the ankles, and I had taken exception to that, and then the whole bench got all over me. As you see, this curveball, see the grip of it. Well, 2 strikes. Let me just say this. Try and hit that ball as you can up the middle. You pick up the swing on a pitch like that, all you want to do if you're not hitting it hard is just to foul that pitch off. That's up in the zone where could have had a real good swing at it. It came off that ball a little bit.
That really fooled him. Roger and you were kidding down there about Roger throwing those sinkers, and he'd beat one off your foot, and then he'd laugh and just throw one right back in there again.
Right in the same spot. Yeah, which I didn't remember, where he said that I was actually thrown out of a game by Frank Pulley, who obviously called a ball that had to be 2 feet outside. And let's face it, anytime you see a pitcher, there he is.
That's Roger.
That will, after the story is told, say, no, it was a ball. Well, it had to be even worse than what it was there.
He wasn't even begging.
But apparently I got kicked out of the game there for arguing, I guess.
And then Steve Lake came in to hit, and then Roger threw him a breaking ball, and that was a strike, and that was the end of it.
Yeah. I hope Steve Lake got that strikeout instead of me, though. I don't know how that actually works.
There he is. There's one of those guys that you tell him to his face you never thought he'd ever have a position of responsibility, because he was the all-time practical joker.
Yeah, a lot worse than Larry Anderson, to be quite frank.
Absolutely was worse. And very imaginative, creative.
Is that what you call it?
Well, he used to have that thing where he had a fuse on a hot foot, and he could make the thing go off while the coach was standing out on the baselines already. Oh, there's a little nubber up the middle. Right there, the shortstop, Pena, throws out Chase Utley, 2 away.
Boy, he's running good, guys. I'm telling you.
Well, follow the Phils with MLB.com. At bat for your iPhone, iPad, or Android. Get spring training scores, stats, highlights, live audio, and more. Text at bat to 31826 or visit Phillies.com for details. And we have all that stuff covered with this broadcast team.
Oh, yeah.
iPads, iPhones, iDroids, everything.
Yeah, well, we got it all.
Just being around you and Larry, it's just amazing how technical you guys are.
You know what? And really, I'm just halfway trying to keep up with him. I mean, obviously, I don't have anywhere near the different little trinkets and things he has, but it's all for convenience.
You guys do compete. You do try to keep up with each other.
Well, no. I mean, it's no thing about competing. He's a pitcher. I mean, come on. I hope he's listening.
Ryan Howard blew the broken bat single to left his first time up. Boy, that ball's hammered to deep right center field. And 2 hops off the wall, and Ryan will, as Jimmy Rollins says, that's all he has to do, just coast into second.
Now, if you talk to him, I guarantee you he was sitting on that pitch. What a smooth swing on the breaking ball. And when we talked about what do you do with it when you hang it, you got to punish that pitcher. You can see that almost like he knew that particular pitch was coming. Well, take a look here as he comes around the bag there as he's talking with Freeman a little bit like, hey, I can beat you running. Both of them run like turtles, by the way. Both of them can hit, too.
Here's Dominic Brown. Boy, one thing you really notice in that replay is how solid his base is right now.
Oh, gosh.
Leg is good.
Well, I mean, let's face it. You know, there's 2 bells that you have when you're starting Major League Baseball. Ding here. Then when you're playing spring training and when the season starts, it's done. So we're going to see how many guys can live up to the bell. You know, sometimes guys get a little bit tight. You've seen them.
Yeah, sometimes that upper deck has it has an adverse reaction people will have. That was double number 5 for Ryan. That's tapped fair down the first baseline. Freddie Freeman will wait for Dominic Brown. And that'll end the inning. Ryan Howard with a double is stranded. Phil's still lead at 1-0. Been talking about playing better defense, Sarge, and last night, pretty good.
Yeah, well, you got to have it there. You see that 5-4-3 double play. There's a 4-6-3 double play. You're going to win consistently. You got to have defense. Charlie's been talking about that. Was worried about it a little bit. Good throw there, by Mayberry. Don't have to wait for him to get there. Almost just lead him in that area. And when he says defense, and then he talks to his club about that, having them respond, especially now as toward maybe these last 10 days or so, you want to get ready for game situation.
B.J. Upton will lead it off here. He was at home plate when Schaefer was thrown out to end the third inning. Swings and misses at a fastball. That's pitch number 46 for Adam Morgan, who has walked 2 and struck out 3 thus far.
Kind of looked at his bat as if it had a hole in it, like, how did I miss this particular pitch?
And Morgan gets in on him a little bit, and he fouls it away. Good catch by a fan with a glove down the first base line, 0-2.
This guy stole 31 bases last year out of 37 attempts.
Stolen 2 out of 5 so far this spring. Played here in this area for a long time with the Rays. Phillies were interested in him, but not for the number of years and dollars that he wound up going to Atlanta for.
Well, these guys here, I'm telling you, not just him, but you look at Jason Worth, depending on the situation, these guys are getting paid.
Good fastball. Threw it right by him. And he took a look out at Morgan. A little respect there.
Yeah. Yeah, I like that. I mean, it's you get a guy that comes back and wants to challenge you with some heat right there, right over the top, although he turned his head. Then he turned it back like, how did you do that? Well, let's just face it, though. He strikes out quite a bit. Think about 168 times last year.
Here's a guy's the best hitter in their lineup, no doubt about it. Freddie Freeman, his ceiling, you just wonder how good he's going to be. He has such ability to hit the ball all over the place. He's hard to defense. Murph mentioned he's having an unbelievable spring. There he gets jammed, fights it off, and a base hit in front of Mitchell. And that's just another example of the things that Freeman can do, the way he can hit.
Well, you knew right away when he came up that he was going to be a good hitter just because of his mechanics. Good plate discipline. Has a good eye at the plate. And he hits with no fear.
Yeah, he and Ryan Howard having some fun there. Well, you go away with the first pitch and he fouls it off. Then you come back in and he fights that one off for a hit. And he's so strong. Talk about strong. Here's Uggla. Fly ball to left his first time up. Now the sun has come out as that pitch misses down. 1-0.
Now, one of the things, too, Freeman does is he has really good balance. When you look at some of the hitters, you can tell whether or not guys are really swinging the bat the way they should. Just by the balance that they're having.
Nice play there by Kratz.
I've always thought when Uggla has good balance, he's just a tremendous hitter. A lot of times for this guy, he tries to hit the ball too hard. And when you do that, then you're going to throw things off, almost trying like to hit that golf ball too hard, and it gets whacked going to the right. You've been there, Wills.
Yeah, I've been there. Mine go to the left. Well, Uggla really gets into pull mode. When you see him, and he's just opening up and trying to pull everything, and that's when he's vulnerable.
Kind of can't help but think when Jamie Moore was pitching against
drove him crazy with change-ups. There he pops out one way up in the air. Tough Sun, who wants it? And good play there by Freddie Galvis in foul territory. He calls everybody off. If there's a ball near Freddie Galvis, let him catch it.
Yeah, let me tell you, it can't be high enough for Freddie. He wants it. He wants every ball that is hit. One of the guys on the team that anticipates the ball coming to him every single time that there's a hitter up there. When you're doing it like that, no surprises.
It was a 3-0 pitch. You got a green light on there, did Uggla, and right up the chute.
Yeah, a little too high.
Yeah, it was right. It wasn't a good pitch to swing at. Here's Johnson, who singled his first time up, made the error, and has the unearned run on the board. Braves have won 5 in a row coming in here. They are 16-11 right now in spring training. Phillies 11-13, and they have a tie.
Braves are feeling good about themselves. And feeling good because the guys have been really attacking the ball and hitting.
I like the way he pitches inside on right-handed hitters.
Yeah, you got him.
1 ball and 1 strike. Adam Morgan, the young left-hander the Phillies are so high on, getting a start here on the big stage this afternoon. Just 23 years of age. From Marietta, Georgia. Grew up a Braves fan. Rolled to third. There's Freddie right there. And gets the force at second. And that looked effortless for the shortstop, second baseman, third baseman, Freddie Galvis. 1-0 Phils. Is brought to you by W.B. Mason. You can't go wrong when you buy right. Oh, look at those beautiful birds.
Yeah, flamingos there, Will.
Yeah. Seen them flying around a lot lately.
Yeah.
It could be Busch Gardens over there in Tampa, maybe. See that many flamingos in one spot there. There's Roy Halladay. He's going to pitch tomorrow afternoon over at the complex in a game over there. Aaron Cook will start for the Phillies tomorrow in the A game at Sarasota against the Orioles.
And Michael Young was sitting back, chilling with those gold glasses on.
2 guys spent a lot of time in the American League, both of them. First year over here in the National League for Michael Young. And Roy Halladay says he feels fine. Just trying to put a little weight back on after that intestinal problem that he had. Darren Ruff will lead it off. He lived on an error by the third baseman, Chris Johnson, in the second inning, then came around to score on Eric Kratz's RBI double. That's the only run so far. Mahalem deals, and there's a base hit up the middle. Well, Darren Ruff has another hit.
You know what? He hasn't actually showed it yet. I mean, I see signs in him. This kid's going to be a good hitter before it's all said and done. And just the way that defense, too, though, Wills, is starting to come around, he's going to be okay. He's not panicking out there like it was early in spring training. And keep in mind, this is the kid that broke that record there, Ryan Howard, in Double-A last year, and then went to winter ball and had, 11 home runs. Yeah.
So what do you see when you say you see things in him that he's going to be a good hitter? What do you see?
Right now, though, he's just forcing himself a little bit. And in talking with him, I told him, listen, look at Chase Utley when he's hitting batting practice. Every pitch that they throw is not a strike. He swings at a lot of balls in batting practice. Now, when you do that, what happens is that you get into the game, you start doing the same thing. You're going to start swinging at bad pitches. And he's done a lot better job in talking with Henderson about it, their hitting coach. He said, wow, you told him that? He says, well, that's exactly what you should have told him because, again, in batting practice, game situation, you practice like you're doing during the game, and that is you're swinging at strikes.
He does swing at strikes, too.
Yeah.
That's one thing you notice as a young hitter, even last year when he was up, that he would run some deep counts.
Yeah, he has an open stance, as everybody knows, and he has a tendency at times to not wait the pitcher out and get his pitch. He's been kind of jamming himself on the inside pitch, and his pitch there is more off out of the heart of the plate. And he has good power to all fields. We haven't seen him driving the ball like he can to right center.
2 balls and 2 strikes now on Lance Nix. And grounded weakly towards second. Oh, right past the second baseman. Dan Ugglen into right field. So the Braves having some problems defensively in the infield. All the way to third goes Darren Ruff. And runners at the corners with nobody out on the air by Ugglen.
Yeah, well, that's his old nemesis there, is that any ball just about. He was having problems even throwing the ball. You see how he tried to turn before he even caught that ball there? You got to catch the ball before you can do anything. And I tell you what, best friend for a pitcher's a double play. That's the worst enemy right there. Yeah. That error, now nobody out.
Yeah, he's going into his pivot right there to throw to second. Getting it set to throw. That ball's hammered deep left center field by Eric Kratz. It is off the top of the wall and in play. Scoring is Ruff over to third. Nix, and 2 doubles this afternoon for Eric Kratz, and he looked like he just missed a home run, Sarge.
Oh, boy. Throw him a fastball. He knows exactly what to do with it. Boy, I tell you, like that, too. You want to play your division, and the guys in them playing tough right now. Take a look at it. That's all speed there that he goes down and hit right off of the wall there. Again, look at BJ as he plays it off the wall for you youngsters. Don't get too close to the wall there where you got to chase that ball down. He's made 2 excellent plays out there defensively.
That'll bring Freddie Galvis up, and he swings at the first pitch. Pop foul out of play. Runners at second and third. Braves play the infield up at the corners, back in the middle. Concede a run here. The perfect out if you're going to make is hit a ball the right side, get him in, and get another guy over.
Yeah, that's right.
It looked like he was thinking about trying to hit one the other way.
Again, we talked about it. This guy knows how to play the game for a young player.
And Mahalem kind of obliges him by pitching away there, but misses 1-1.
And you know what, too, though? He's even getting better at the plate. I mean, we've seen that. Yeah, usually as a young player, when you're coming up, you're a little bit tentative. But again, he's been swinging the bat and playing excellent defense.
It's 10 extra base hits here in spring training. 6 doubles, 2 triples, 2 homers.
Yeah, not in awe of being here. And obviously from a country where you thrive on shortstops.
He's from Venezuela. Here's Freddie. And another pitch away, and he spits on it. 3-1. Not too anxious.
Zone hitting on this, making sure the ball is down in your zone. You don't want to overswing on it. Just trying to drive it.
And he pulls it to third. That's what he did not want to do. And Johnson throws him out, and nobody can advance because the third baseman was up. Can't even score a runner from third on that play.
I got to tell you, that's good pitching right there. Sometimes you got to give that pitcher a little bit credit, even though you don't want to. Coming in on the hands, he knows Freddie's looking for something out over the plate to try and hit the ball the other way. What does he do? Comes inside on the hands.
That's why I thought he might throw him that slow hook to try and get him to roll one over.
That's another pitch you could do that with.
Now they're going to bring the infield in with one out for Mitchell, who has struck out twice. Jermaine leading off today and playing in center field. There you see the infield all the way in with Nix at third and Kratz at second.
Now, see whether or not they're going to go on contact, meaning wherever that ball is hit, the runner from third base, Nix in this case, will break.
He breaks, and Uggla will have no play on the high hopper. Mitchell hustling down the line is out at first, but he will pick up an RBI by making contact. Phillies with a third run on the board lead 3-0.
Well, you take all the guesswork out of the player's hands when you have the sign. Rhino go and just tell him, hey, going on contact. So it doesn't matter where the ball is hit. It could be hit right back to the pitcher, and they're going to go on and go. Mike Smith and I, we didn't really agree with that. You know, we like seeing those ribbies, out there, but the fact is it still can be a good play at times.
Well, that's an example right there where you steal a run because
That's
you're going on contact. If not, even Uggla has to go a little bit to his right on a ball hopping up in the air. He can't get the play at the plate there.
Yeah.
If you hold up.
Yeah, well, that's the thing. If you
different.
hesitate,
Right.
you may have a play.
Sure.
But again, when you get that sign, you got to go. It just takes the guesswork out of it.
There's a line drive base hit off Johnson's glove by Betancourt. And a play at the plate, no play at the plate. Pratt scores another run for the Phillies. And they lead it 4-0, and Betancourt has knocked in a run. His 10th of the spring.
This guy's had an extremely good spring. Let me tell you, Betancourt, take a look at him. He's hit a breaking ball right in the hole there. Well, I tell you, anytime you get that RBI, his crack slides right in your pitcher, you got to be feeling good. And clutch hitting when it's 2 outs.
Now, Phillies have really done a good job of taking advantage of the Braves' shaky defense in their infield today, too.
Well, you want to make them pay when they do that.
Fastball for a strike to Chase. He's 0 for 2. He's flat out, grounded out. Ryan Howard waits on deck. 3 runs in the inning. Breaking ball, and he held up.
Well, he can stop that bat as quick as anybody.
It's hard to do, isn't it?
Yes. Again, too, one of the reasons I've always felt these guys use such light bats, they're able to do that. You can imagine trying to hold up like Richie Allen was using, 40 ounces on the same thing.
That bat of his was ridiculous. We were picking that up a couple times. You got to be kidding.
Right. I mean, you think it was something to build your muscles up with, do some presses. But he's always used those kind of bats, and if you threw the ball slow, oh boy, Richie would just hammer the ball.
Guys use a lot lighter bats now, the handles especially, with all the weight in the barrel. That breaking ball misses this time. 3-1. They've seen a lot of that hook today from Mahalam. Nobody up in the Braves bullpen. He's trying to extend him today.
We would talk about how defense goes with pitching. That double play ball, at least if he gets one, he's out of the inning.
Right. And Chase walks.
Now he's had to pitch to how many more batters? That's why a lot of times when you're judging pitching and you're saying, well, he's getting hit here or there, Roger McDowell going out to try and settle him down.
And Betancourt, of course, had gone to second on the throw to the plate when Eric Kratz scored the run.
Sure.
And you can see what a tough inning Mahalam's had right there, Sarge, and 11 balls, 11 strikes.
Yeah, again, though, with those, and I don't know if he would have had a double play on it. Certainly, though, he would have had at least one runner.
Well, there's no better way to celebrate the start of the new baseball season than with tickets for opening day. And now a brand new, easy way to get tickets for the Modell Sporting Goods home openers by purchase an opening day 3-game pack. Order now at Phillies.com and plan to wave your Modell Sporting Goods rally towel when the Phils host the Royals. That's on Friday, April 5th at 4:05, opening day. Ryan Howard has had a good game. Single to left, double to right center. And that ball is headed way up in the air to center field. Upton shading his eyes against the sun. And that will end the inning. Phillies do throw up 3 in the inning. On 3 hits, the big one right there, Eric Kratz double to deep left center field. Phils lead it 4-0. Stay all over this beautiful ballpark, especially out there in the berm. Left center field, right center field. And fans that have come down there just love spending some time here in Clearwater over at Bright House, and they keep coming back year after year, Sarge.
Yeah, one of the best stadiums in the Grapefruit League, without a doubt.
Bottom of the order, Evan Gattis will lead it off, followed by Jose Constanza, and then Paul Mahalem due to bat. That ball is hammered to deep left field with the wind. It's got a chance to go, and it will go deep into the seats in left field near the Tiki Bar. Gattis with his 3rd home run of the year. And they're on the board of the Atlanta Braves on that home run.
And by the way, the wind could have been blowing in. That ball's getting out of here. He drove that ball. That ball up near the Tiki Bar. Got a fastball. First pitch. Couldn't even say he was having a good spring. Look at this right here. That's why you stay on that fastball, hitting against the front foot if you want to be a good hitter. Adjust on the off-speed pitches.
Constanza grounded into a fielder's choice his first time up, fouls a fastball back.
That's right, late on a fastball.
Well, those lefties give a little bit on that left-handed pitcher.
Yeah, well.
Evan Gattis, by the way, they're projecting him as probably their backup catcher when the season opens. If, in fact, McCann can't start, and it appears he won't be able to after off-season shoulder surgery.
No, they're not expecting him back, Wills, until May or even after that.
So Gerald Laird would be the opening day catcher. There's a base hit the left field. Let's talk about that kind of ball off the bat of a left-handed hitter, and how do you play it as a left fielder?
Well, he did a good job keeping that ball in front of him. You know, the only thing you can do as a rule of thumb, when that ball is hit down low near that belt area, that's your sign to really be able to go on and charge the ball. If he does it right away, he can shoestring that. But he did a good job, though, in keeping the ball in front of him. You know, it's all about whatever player's out there to be able to read the ball on what move he's going to make.
Paul Mahalem will be up there to bunt, and the pitcher fouls it at home plate. Well, yeah, you know, as you said, there's so much to learn out there. One of the things is if you can't get to it, keep it in front of you, keep the double play in order.
Well, I see Sammy's been working on his feet work. His feet work is much better. But we talked about it before. I mean, in your setup, if you can anticipate the ball coming, then you're not surprised when it comes out there.
Well, keep the double play in order, too, and, you know, keep a runner out of scoring position. All kinds of things you can do if you can't get to it.
And then he's taking a position where, for me, he's really kind of, flat looking right at you. I've always felt you should be to one side or the other. You know how Maddox used to be in center field where, you know, he'd be on one side, either on his right side or on the left side, depending on whether or not he's going to go to right center, left center.
Chad Durbin starting to throw in the Phillies bullpen. He's due to pitch this afternoon. A couple other guys on the list. Mahala. Oh, my gosh. Hopefully everybody's okay. Failed to get the bunt down on the first two pitches and then just try to put one into play there.
Yeah.
Vicious foul ball over the Phillies' third base dugout.
Yeah, I think he was trying that old, what they call slug bunt.
Yeah.
But,
well, now he's going to be a strikeout victim. That can't please Freddie Gonzalez, seeing his pitcher not able to get a bunt down. And Greg Murphy's standing by. Murph.
All right, thanks a lot, Wheels. We'll get you up to date on what's happening around Major League Baseball. The Dodgers got some real bad news on their shortstop, Hanley Ramirez. He has that injured right thumb. It required surgery. He is going to be out 8 weeks at this point. Of course, he hurt that in the final game of the World Baseball Classic. We told you last week about the Mets and Johan Santana. He will not be ready for opening day, so they have tagged Jonathan Neese, the 30-year-old. He'll start opening day for the New York Mets. And our old friend, former Phil, J.C. Romero, who pitched very well for Puerto Rico in the World Baseball Classic, signed a minor league contract today with the Washington Nationals. So J.C. Romero trying to work his way back into the major league. So a nice job in the World Baseball Classic, and it ends up getting him a job. So good for J.C. Romero, guys.
Murph, you find a lot of neat spots in this ballpark. Where are you hanging out today?
You know what? This is a new spot for me. I'm down the right field line in front of the other Tiki Bar. You know, we always talk about Tiki Bar out there in left field and Frenchie's, and it's always this one is beautiful as well, and a great vantage point of the game. The folks here are having a good time, and I might have to come back here more often, I think.
Yeah, that one doesn't seem as large.
I'm not being physically attacked at this one, so that's always a good thing.
You can see the difference in both of them, and obviously both of them great vantage points. Well, you look pretty good in that blue out there.
Yeah, you think so? Thanks, Sarge. Thank you, Sarge.
It was either you or one of the security guards out there. We could spot you.
That's right. We do stand out in these shirts. There's no doubt about that.
All right, Murph, have fun out there. It looks like a great spot to hang out.
Yeah, that's a bad break for the Los Angeles Dodgers. Those are one of the things that you don't want to happen. One of the better players on your team, and it takes the last game that he ended up breaking the thumb.
You have one of those?
I had one of those. I didn't do mine that way. Darryl Thomas and I were out in the outfield actually shadow boxing, if you believe that, with my glove on, and I ended up having pins in my left hand, and I was out for 6 weeks.
Giants days?
No, that was when I was with the. Actually, I was with the Giants.
Yeah. So you're doing Darryl Thomas there at that time.
I was with the Giants. Couldn't believe that.
I'm sure they were real pleased with you.
I was having a good year that year too. Sometimes you play around too much.
That's the third time that Jordan Schaefer has walked this afternoon out of that leadoff spot. Well, he's trying to make their club as an extra man, and that will appeal to him. There's Chad Durbin getting ready. He's on the list today. Raul Valdez, Zach Miner, and Jonathan Papelbon behind Adam Morgan.
Good to see Pap's going to pitch today.
Yeah, he's been real effective the last few times out.
Well, that's one of the guys you're not going to have to worry about in terms of getting himself together. Guy has a lot of pride.
That's pitch number 72 now for Adam Morgan, so we'll see how far Rich Doobie wants him to go.
And not only that, Papelbon knows the importance of having a closer on your team, the difference in being able to win a division or to get in the playoffs or not. Can't do without it.
Yeah, Papelbon has also been had some physical problems this spring with illness, kind of the same thing that plagued Roy Halladay. And he's feeling a lot better.
Yeah,
Both of them are.
Yeah, he missed the day when Cole Hamels had pitched against the Dominican team.
And you see pitches for Adam Morgan to this point, as far as innings go. Most has been 17.
Boy, he's had a good day here so far. I mean, let's face it.
Little nubber, Chase Utley with all that spin on it. And he will throw out Pena. 2 outs. And the runners advance to second and third. Boy, he got in on Pena that time, too, and jammed him. And that's going to be it for Adam Morgan. They're going to go to Durbin right now, who pitched last year with the Atlanta Braves. So it looked like 75 pitches was going to be his limit.
Yeah, they were going on the pitch count. And I got to tell you, he did a great job there. You're going to see this kid here before it's all said and done, ladies and gentlemen.
But they really like Adam Morgan. Great job by the young left-hander out of the University of Alabama. And he has to be proud of what he did here today.
The Chevy
Lead, Sergeant, a good day for Roll Tide Adam Morgan.
I'll say. Tell you what, though, for a young pitcher, and again, when you're in college, I mean, that's almost like they say double A, but he was around the plate there. I like his composure. I mean, down in the zone, he was very, very effective. When you pitch like that, they remember that. The brass remembers that. You get somebody hurt, they're not won't hesitate to bring you back up. There's his line right there. Most impressive. Those 5 strikeouts. Got to work on those 3 walks. Maybe he just didn't like throwing the shaper. He had them all 3, the leadoff hitter. But a great day, giving up 1 home run.
Well, he started at Clearwater last year. As Chad Durbin comes on, you look at the numbers on the veteran right-hander. Adam started at Clearwater last year. Then he went to Reading in August. And he allowed 3 earned runs or less in 16 of his 20 games started when he was at Reading, or at Clearwater. So he is a good-looking young prospect.
Yeah.
Here's Chad against the Braves, and that ball's hit the left field and playable. It was off the end of the bat. Darren Ruff is right there in 1 pitch, and Chad Durbin strands a couple of base runners for Adam Morgan. Phillies with a 4-1 lead. Hey, Phillies fans, don't miss out on any Phillies news, alerts, or inside information. All you have to do is sign up today for the Comcast Sportsnet Philly.com, that's CSN Philly.com Phillies newsletter. And do it right now. 4-1 game as the Phils lead this one. We go to the bottom of the 5th inning. And in between innings, some of the veterans are headed to the clubhouse. Their day is over. They come out early and do their work, and they're not going to participate today. See Cliff Lee, Roy Halladay will pitch tomorrow. Cliff Lee will pitch on Sunday against the Red Sox here.
Life of a starting pitcher. You see a pitcher leaving like that. Sutcliffe used to do us that way, although we used to see him leaving about 11 o'clock as he was honking his horn, getting ready to go on the golf course. His pitchers get their work done early, and they stop making the pitchers shag. I mean, I don't know exactly what year that started, but pitchers don't shag hardly anymore.
Positioned perfectly up the middle is the shortstop, Ramiro Pena, who throws out Dominic Brown, who's 0 for 3 today, and 1 out here in the 5th inning. Sounds like there's a little jealousy there, a little envy.
It's good. They earned it. They're starters, and starters usually have a good golf game and don't have to stay at the ballpark all the time.
See, it's totally tongue-in-cheek the way you're talking about pitchers like that, because you don't believe that.
You got to have the pitchers in order to play the game. I do realize that.
Yeah. Position players and pitchers are so different.
I'll say. See whether or not he can get a ball in the good pitch to hit.
Good job by the ball girl that time. Darren Ruff has scored a couple runs. He's lived on an error. Also singled.
Yeah, I wanted to see if you can get him a good pitch on the middle end to be able to drive. Couldn't get it quite out.
And Darren Ruff takes it low and in the dirt. He runs the count in his favor, 2-1. One of the things you were talking about earlier is he does work the count.
That's what hitters need to do. I mean, you want to be able to try and hit in your hitters' counts. 2-0, 2-1, 3-1, obviously, 3-0.
Let's see if Mahalam challenges him here. He throws a lot of off-speed stuff.
He's coming in.
And he came in with a cutter or slider, it looked like, 3-1.
Little slide piece. From the left side, Kuzman with the New York Mets, I thought made that pitch famous. He was throwing that cutter back then.
And grounded foul, a full count. Ryan Sandberg, the former Gold Glover, makes a nice play, tosses it to the crowd. 3 balls and 2 strikes. There's Rhino.
Yeah. Told him you want to let those balls go through. Nothing good can happen. Only something bad.
That was a nice high hopper. I guess that's why he went after it. See it all the way. And he comes inside and misses. Good job there by Darren Ruff. Good at bat.
Yeah.
And he's on with 1 out for Lance Nix.
Just a matter of time. And no matter where he goes to play, not saying he's not going to make the club, but the way that you have Dominic Brown hitting the ball, you're not going to want 2 of your youngsters sitting there. And somebody's going to have to go out and get some at bats, and I would think you'd want Darren to be able to do that.
Lance Nix with his 3rd plate appearance. And he hits one right at Freeman. Good fielder. 2 Ramiro Pena for 1. Back to first, and Mahalam, I don't know whether he was late getting there, but he certainly didn't get to the bag in time, so the inning's still alive, and they made another mistake. That's a double play ball.
Yeah. Notice, though, Freeman has no problem in throwing the ball over to the shortstop at second base.
Yeah, he's good. It looked like Mahalam had plenty of time to get over there and get under control at the bag, too. The 3-6-1 double play is not an easy double play, but that's one that probably should have been made.
Well, if he gets there quick, he caught the ball, but then he had the feel for the bag with his foot.
Right, that's why they tell him to get over there, find the bag, and be under control as quickly as you can. We'll give Eric Kratz another shot then. And he has hit 2 doubles this afternoon. 1 to center, 1 to left center.
No, he'll get a lot of playing time, obviously. before Carlos Ruiz is ready to come back.
And Chooch caught the game last night down at Fort Myers against the Red Sox. Cole Hamels pitching so well in that one.
Yeah, if I'm the hitting coach and in that situation, with 2 outs, I got to ask him why he took that particular pitch. What are you looking for there? And if he's sitting on, something off speed, okay, that's okay. I just want to know whether or not he has his game plan or what are you thinking up there?
Especially the way he likes to hit fastballs.
Bingo. Got to stay with your strengths.
Here's Steve Henderson. Sarge talking about him earlier. Steve Henderson, Wally Joyner are the Phillies hitting coaches this year. What do you think about having one right-handed, one left-handed?
I think it's great.
Is that good?
Yeah, absolutely. Because I think there are things from the left side. I mean, obviously, you can, as a hitting coach, you can see exactly what is going on. But I think from the left side, when you're talking with a left-handed hitter, it might sink in a little bit better.
That's Wally down at first base, where I believe Juan Samuel's due back, but it wasn't feeling real well. So
no, he was sick yesterday.
Yeah.
I came in early. Guess weren't a lot of people here then. It was about like 9 o'clock. It was a night game, although Charlie was here. Obviously, Roy Halladay was here and getting his work in again.
And Doc doesn't work hard enough. Well, he's trying to get back to feeling better too, and he says he's feeling a lot better and getting back to more of normal with eating and those kind of things. So hopefully he'll have his outing tomorrow afternoon and everything will be fine.
Yeah, okay.
Getting back on schedule.
Yep.
That's Rich Doobie's plan. There he goes, and there's another ball hammered to left center field. Upton got a great jump on that, and he just glides under it and makes the play, and that'll end the inning. Phillies in the inning, no runs, no hits, no errors, and 1 man left. They lead it 4-1. Everybody loves those Hatfield Dollar Dog Nights. Well, mark your calendars now for the first Hatfield Phillies Franks Dollar Dog Nights. It's on Tuesday, April the 9th. Phillies and the Mets at 7:05. Then the next one comes up on April the 22nd. Same time, this time against the Pittsburgh Pirates. Always a great deal, so order your tickets right now at Phillies.com. Phillies lead this game 4-1. Great job this afternoon by young left-hander Adam Morgan. He's down there with Murph. Murph?
Well, it certainly was, Wheels, and Adam is here, and really, obviously making the most of an opportunity. That had to feel pretty good the way you pitched today.
Oh, absolutely. I came in and I was like, what a blessing to be out here to come back from, minor league spring training to come back here and get an opportunity like this is 1 in a million.
And to excel at it makes it even better, right?
Oh, yeah. I was just going out there trying to, not to do too much, not to, stay within myself and try to get outs. Basically, just took it 3 outs at a time.
It's interesting to try and get into the mindset of a guy in your position who, is in this organization and many people believe will be on that big club sooner rather than later. But you're getting your work in. You're starting the minor leagues this year. But how do you approach something like this?
Just I mean, the whole season, you know, you just take it one day at a time. You know, you can't think like, you know, I should be here, I should start here, I should do that. You take it one day at a time. Everything will take care of itself.
Yeah, obviously pulled out today, most likely for pitch count reasons. Did you feel like you could keep on going?
Oh, absolutely. You know, I didn't want him to take the ball from me at all. I mean, you know, what a wonderful opportunity. So I just wanted to, you know, make the most of it.
Well, you certainly did that, Adam. We appreciate your time. Guys, back upstairs.
All right, Murph, thanks a lot. And there you get firsthand. We were talking about what a nice young man Adam Morgan is and how appreciative he was, Sarge, getting the opportunity to pitch on the big field today.
Yeah, I wanted to say exactly that. I mean, from Tampa, Florida, when you come here and you pitch the way that he has, obviously seeing this stadium here before, he's just happy to do the things he was doing.
Dan Uggla flares one out into center field after Chad Dermott struck Freddie Freeman out on a real good breaking ball.
Now take this through. When he goes back wherever he pitches, AA, AAA, this particular game here, he can draw back on it. This will help him. And what he did that I thought, what he said that I felt was the most important thing, didn't try and do too much. You know, a lot of time pitchers try and overthrow. He stayed within himself, had a great outing.
Especially bring him over to this field facing the Atlanta Braves. Check swing. Did he go? Peel to first. Yep. That's Stan Iasonia now has moved over to first base. It's working with three guys here today. Phil Cuzzy is at second with a runner on at first. And home plate umpire Travis Carlson. Johnson's 1 for 2, and he hooks one foul. Look out. Guy with a glove down there knocked it down, saved everybody. Let's go back to Murph for another report.
Well, guys, just real quickly, we're getting word from one of the minor league games today that Delmon Young actually got a start down there and hit a home run off of R.A. Dickey this afternoon. So good news for Phillies fans who are tracking the progress of Delmon Young. You know, most likely not going to be ready for opening day, but will be part of the Phil's plans going forward. So he gets a home run off of R.A. Dickey, last year's Cy Young Award winner. So that's good news.
All right, Murph, thanks.
Yeah, it's not an easy pitcher to hit a home run off of. Yeah, he just needs to get a lot of at-bats. That's what he's going to do. The more at-bats he can get, the quicker he'll be able to get back. And obviously, you know, he's got to be able to run well, and that has a lot to do with it.
Good sign that he's hitting off live pitching now, though, in another uniform. And there's a ground ball up the middle, and it sneaks through for a base hit. And scoring on the play is Uggla, who advanced on the wild pitch while Murph was giving that report. And it's 4-2 on the RBI hit by Chris Johnson, his second hit of the game. They were playing him way over in the hole to pull.
Yeah, well, good things happen, though, when you are able to hit that ball up the middle. Doesn't have to be hit hard. Take a look at it as it scoots right through. Betancourt not able to get to it at the last minute. You'd have saw some dust there if it had meant tying the game up or game winner. He'd have been, I'm sure, having a little dirt on his chest.
Especially with 2 outs. If there had been 2 outs, that's when you want to knock it down, not let a guy score. A lot of times you dive for balls like that, you deflect them into doubles.
Yeah. It's a good point.
Evan Gattis, the catcher, homered his last time up. That was the only run given up by Adam Morgan today. He did such a good job. And Adam struck him out, too. That's hit foul way down the left field line and out onto the concourse. Wow. Look at all the people here today.
Well, what do you think he's looking for?
Here's the homer.
Yeah. And he knew it. Seems like just flicked that bat back. And that ball got up near that tiki bar. That particular pitch there, however, he had the distance. He yanked it foul simply because it was further inside.
That's Raul Valdez starting to loosen up for the Phillies. And Durbin wanted that. He missed outside.
A little jelly leg on the breaking ball that's away. There's your difference. See whether or not he can hang in there on that breaking ball.
35 years old now is Chad. And that's hit up in the air, and the wind's going to get this one. And it will go. That's 2 home runs today for Gattis in this game, and the 2-run home run is all tied up. You got to keep the ball out of the air to left and left center today. So a 3 spot for the Braves here in the 6th inning. Tied the game. They continue to hit home runs.
No, that's not making Chad feel very good. Let me tell you. See whether or not this ball is, oh boy. Tell you, boy, when you hang them, somebody's going to bang them.
And that was right down the middle. And there's a flare to left. It will go out of play.
A lot of times those balls that when you throw that slider, when it starts to spin, if it doesn't get that good break, it usually kind of backs up a little bit, if you will, toward that hitting zone.
She said there's a little jelly leg going on down there, too, on that breaking ball, but that one was hittable.
Well, you get it too far in. That's why if you throw the sharp breaking ball down in the dirt, you can get check swings at it.
Well, the hit totals are even now. Runs even, 4-4. And 2 errors on the board for the Braves, who have come back to tie this one in the 6th. They continue to hit a lot this spring and score a lot of runs on homers.
Well, hitting is contagious. We've seen that over the years with the fighting fields.
Jose Constanza has grounded into a fielder's choice and singled. And there's a fair ball down the left field line, and the way this guy can run in that carom, that'll be a stand-up double. Well, go-ahead run now in scoring position with 1 away. Paul Mahalem due to bat, and he's going to stay in the game and hit. You want Mahalem to pitch a little longer.
Well, you said he was going deep. That's just slapping the ball, almost taking whatever the pitcher gives you. See the ricochet now. Darren had to get over there quick, just in case that ball actually hugged down that line. So that was a good play, automatic double.
Well, Holland's going to bunt again. They want him to practice this. Freddie on it quickly, and Galvis over to Chase Utley. 5-4 on the play, and over to third. With 2 outs goes Constanza. Normally in a game, you're not going to bunt with 1 out, even with a pitcher. But in this case, they want to practice a little bit.
Well, that's exactly what spring training's for. I mean, they want to win the ball game. But they want to make sure that they're able to execute.
And Mahalem wasn't able to get a bunt down earlier, struck out against Adam Morgan. Adam Morgan trying to bunt. This time he does get it down. So Schaefer will bat. He walked 3 times off Adam, the only 3 walks he allowed. And he bunts down the first base line. Good play by Ryan Howard. Schaefer trying to steal a run there by dragging one. And that's it. In the inning, 3 runs. They tie it up to the Braves, and it's 4-4 as we go to the bottom of the 6th. Baseball is brought to you by Thomas Jefferson University Hospitals. Call 1-800-JEFF-NOW for an appointment. And by Toyota, let's go places. Paul Maholm pitching into the 6th inning for the Atlanta Braves. Freddie Galvis trying to bunt his way on, fouls it off. Here, the new third baseman for the Atlanta Braves is the veteran Blake DeWitt. Played with the Dodgers, Cubs. Freddie hammers one right at DeWitt on one big hop, throws him out, one away, and he's 0 for 3 today. Jermaine Mitchell, he was in the leadoff spot today. He struck out twice and hit a ground ball. They had a contact play on, and that was the Phillies' 3rd run of the game. And he's going to try and bunt his way on. DeWitt anticipated, saw his hand sliding up the bat, bunted it right to him, 2 outs. Atlanta Braves get a left-hander up. That is Chris Jones. And that's probably if he can't get out of this inning. They brought another major league guy, Daniel Rodriguez, with them. They have 3 minor league pitchers. And Valdez is still out there for the Phillies. He'll probably come in the 7th. Betancourt's had a good game. 2 hits and an RBI. 2 for 3.
Now, this guy always seems to give you good at-bats. Every time he's up at the plate, look at that spring training average. Boy.
Off of 2 for 3 today.
If you're wondering what kind of teams would really want a guy like this, I think the Dodgers would like a guy like this, especially after Hanley Ramirez going down and is going to be out a while.
Fly ball, shallow left field. Constanza broke back, but now he comes in and puts it away in an easy 6th inning for Paul Maholm. No runs, hits, errors, and nobody left. We're through 6 here in Clearwater and tied at 4. Through 6 here at Clearwater, a 4-4 game. Phillies and the Atlanta Braves. Talked earlier about Delmon Young got into a ball game today, hit a home run. He's down there with Murph.
All right, thank you very much, Wheels, with Delmon Young. And, God, that must have felt good to finally get into a minor league game and get some action and get some at-bats today.
Oh, yeah, it was a lot of fun, you know. They told me I was going to be able to do it sometime this week, but I forgot, you know, all these days run together, so I didn't know. And when I walked in this morning, they said the game plan is to go over and face some guys. We're going to find where the AAA team's at. You know, they're close in Dunedin, so I drove over there after BP and had a lot of fun out there.
And throw you up against last year's Cy Young Award winner, right? Why not? And you knocked one out of the park.
Yeah, you know, when I drove up, and I was like, that looks like Dickey over there warming up. I was like, well, that's great. You know, first day back, you get a knuckleballer, but had quality at bats against them, and able to put a good swing on one, and it went out.
everybody wants to know just how the ankle's feeling because, you know, it's been a slow process for you and one that you have to take slowly. So where are you at right now? How do you feel?
Ankle, it feels good, but it's just got to build up the strength of, you know, running around and, you know, cutting and everything. So that's what we've been doing lately. But, you know, ankle's fine. It's just the lungs getting back in shape. So just enjoying my time out here and just looking forward to trying to get on the field.
Well, people are looking forward to that as well, Delmon. We appreciate your time.
All right, thank you.
Guys, back upstairs.
Okay, Murph, thanks a lot. And that is good news, Sarge.
Yeah.
Delmon Young getting back.
Yeah, it's real good news because, again, he's the guy that can supply some power. You know, and they're bringing him in to do to be an offensive player.
Ramiro Pena hitting 2 in the order today for Freddie Gonzalez. Phillies have moved Ender Inciarte into center field, replacing Jermaine Mayberry, and see him moving over now on a 1-1 count to Pena. And the new pitcher is Raul Valdez. Valdez is a guy vying for a spot in the bullpen.
Yeah, I'll tell you what, he comes in, he usually throws strikes. He's not afraid. He's another one of those guys. For me, would probably be, the specialty pitcher there, or not pitching more than maybe 1 inning or so.
He's a guy that doesn't throw real hard, but he gets swings and misses. He can pitch several innings.
Good off-speed pitch.
Yeah, that's what he's done so far this spring. Look at the 16 punch-outs and 13 the third inning.
Yeah.
That's great for a bullpen guy.
Sure is.
He has allowed 4 homers. 2 balls and 2 strikes is getting very overcast here now at Bright House. Broken bat ground ball to short, Betancourt. And he whips it over to Ryan Howard. Quickly 1 away here in the 7th.
Yeah, he has a good arm, boy.
Betancourt's played for a lot of different major league teams. We saw him in our league with Milwaukee. And here is B.J. Upton to face Valdez, who's now 35 years of age. He'll be 36 in November. Born in Havana, Cuba, and now resides in San Francisco de Macorís in the Dominican. Phillies signed him as a minor league free agent in August of 2011. He did a good job for them last year. He got 1 spot start. Uh-oh. That'll untie it. That ball's down to B.J. Upton. It's headed towards the Tiki Bar, and it's 5-4 Atlanta. Their 3rd home run of the game.
Yeah, well, Sloat actually sped his bat up. Throw that off-speed pitch, and that ball breaking down and in. He almost kind of one-handed that ball. It shows you again how strong this kid is. Look at this. As he just whips the ball out of there, and he pulls that. That's his natural swing, so it's not a one-handed swing.
No, and he missed his spot, too. You could see where it was supposed to be and where it was, and it was in the hot zone.
Yeah.
That's number 2 for B.J. I believe his brother has 5. Really jams Freeman. And he's thrown out at first base by Freddie Galvis. 2 outs.
See if he says anything to Ryan Howard this time when he goes back.
And he's just talking to Terry Pendleton down there right now about he got jammed.
Oh, gosh.
Yeah, that's a pretty good hitter right there. Huh?
Oh, boy, switch hitter. Used to be the hitting coach. And there are guys, obviously, that still come to him.
Terry Pendleton was an MVP in the league.
Yeah, at one time he was a hot prospect to be a manager. Never got the opportunity.
And his really good years with the Cardinals. So you said a switch hitter. TP.
MVP one year.
Yeah.
Actually, that particular year he beat out Barry Bonds.
Dan Uggla, the batter. Blake DeWitt on deck. Uggla's watching them getting up in that window left and left center, and you know he is into bail and whale mode right now.
He again, he's the hitter that he stayed up the middle, he'd be much better. He tries at times, I feel, to try and hit the ball a little bit too hard.
See, it's starting to spritz a little bit here. It said it gotten a little overcast, and some of the fans are headed back, get under the concourse, back there in the concourse, get under cover. That's his swing, and he strikes him out. But B.J. Upton with a solo home run, his second of spring training to deep left field. This baby's headed towards the tiki bar, and a 5-4 Braves lead. Well, nice day here. A little bit of shower action right now. Let's move some of the crowd towards cover. And here's our summary, Sarge.
Yeah, well, I tell you right now, if you like hitting, we've had a lot of it and a lot of home runs. Braves on top right now, top of the 7th inning there, a 5-4 lead. They've showed why they've been playing good baseball there, Will. You see what the pitchers have done. It has been really a productive day, I think more so for the pitchers, although early on there, we had the game kind of under control there with the hitting, but as it's gone on, boy, the fireworks have started.
Now, Jordan Schaefer, who's been a big part of this game today, has moved from right field to center field. And the new right fielder is Jordan Perez. Tyler Pasternicki is the new second baseman. All right, now we rehearse this name over and over, right? Turdoslavich.
What was that, Wills?
Turdoslavich. That's it. Joey Turdoslavich is over at first base. Practice that one.
Yeah, you did, didn't you?
Almost got it right. And Chase Utley with a base hit off the new pitcher, Daniel Rodriguez. I got it. Turdoslavich. And there's Daniel Rodriguez. You see, he's been in 3 games this spring. He's a 6-foot, 185-pounder born in Culiacan, Mexico. Signed by the Braves as a minor league free agent after pitching for a number of seasons at Saltillo in the Mexican League. Now Utley with a leadoff single here off Rodriguez. And Ryan Howard, the batter. Ryan has singled, doubled, and flied out to deep center. There's Zach Minor. He'll be the next pitcher. Phillies so far have used 3 guys out there: Adam Morgan and Chad Durbin, Raul Valdez. Big sweeping breaking ball there.
Yeah, that's the pitch you want to see him lay off of when the season starts. Last couple of years there, when he gets ready, he seems to swing at that pitch. When he doesn't, one of the best hitters in the game.
There it is again. Ooh.
Yeah, I don't know about that. I thought that ball, it was going to break, but then it kind of went back the other way.
Yeah, tough strike right there. Dominic Brown waits on deck.
Take a look at it and see if it is a strike. Pitcher strike. We'll give him that in spring training.
Getting a first look at this guy are the Phillies hitters, and Freddie Gonzalez bring him in a good spot here with Utley, Howard, Brown, all left-handed hitters coming up in succession.
Yeah, right. And Freddie wants to see what he's going to do or what they'll do with these kind of hitters. And you get up, too, though, for guys that have been in the league a while and that are good hitters.
Ryan Howard waits on that break. It looks like it's about 70 mile per hour, maybe.
Yeah, that's when now you throw that little fastball and you're looking something other than that. Usually you have problems. I don't know how you can look all speed and then all of a sudden pull the trigger on a fastball. You got to be awful good to do that.
There was the fastball, and that's your point. After seeing all those slurves coming up there,
yeah.
And he throws it by him for a strikeout, 1 away. And Dominic Brown will bat. He's grounded out 3 times.
Well, more so than the pitch is hard. It was in just a great location.
Braves lead at 5-4. We're here in the bottom of the 7th. Chris Swiller along with Gary Matthews, the Sarge, Greg Murphy. Tom McCarthy will be back with us on Sunday when the Phillies play here against the Red Sox. We'll be on PHL 17 starting at 1 o'clock, Sarge.
Okay.
Cliff Lee for the Phils. Brandon Workman will pitch for the Red Sox. Fastball misses away, 2-0 to Dominic. Darren Ruff waits on deck, a right-handed batter.
Well, he always seems to show a pretty good eye up at the plate. And Dominic Brown, early on, even the last couple of years when he came up, he seemed to have a pretty good eye.
Base hit off a breaking ball. Chase Utley got a late start, but he's still going to go to third. The throw to third is cut off, and the Phillies with runners at the corners. That's great base runner considering he was protecting his splash at first.
Yeah, well, he knows that ball go into right field. You got to be on third base for that situation. First and third here with 1 out. Take a look at this. This ball is scalded into right field as Chase Utley ducks down. Take a look at it, and boy, oh boy, it's like your life you see that comes into your face there when that ball is hit to you as he slides in and saying, whoop, glad I got out of the way of that one.
That's what I mean about him getting to third. And first of all, he had to save his head.
Yeah.
Good base running.
Yeah, an aggressive swing there, too, by Dominic Brown. And that's what I was talking about, by knowing that strike zone, not swinging at a lot of bad pitches.
Dominic's first hit of the afternoon. Stays hot. Darren Ruff hits one foul. That wind might blow this one back, and it is, and makes the play. And just, well, not a good at bat as he flips the bat in the air. He knows with the wind blowing out the way that it is, get a ball up in the air. Wind blew that thing right back into fair territory.
Yeah, a little bit 2 inches. If he goes after an off-speed pitch, they seem to want to tail away. Again, if you feel that pitcher can't strike you out, that's the time to wait him out. And even if you have 2 strikes on you, be patient. He'll give you a pitch to hit.
And he may be looking first pitch there, too, to drive that run in and got anxious, huh?
Yeah, a little bit anxious.
Here's Lance Nix now with 2 outs and runners at the corners. Lance is 0 for 3 today. Faced left-handed pitching all day with his starter Paul Mahalam, who did a good job for the Braves. Gave up 4 runs.
Hicks has been getting in a lot of playing time, probably a lot more than he has in the past. Usually when you get this many at-bats here, that they're thinking about starting.
Some of those runs were unearned against Mahalam.
Well, he was under control. Let's just face it. I mean, and Adams just did a great job coming from the minor leagues. Adam Morgan, that is.
Nice job, yeah. Here's the 1-0 to Lance, and swings and misses 1-1. Chase Utley, the runner at third. Dominic Brown on at first. 2 outs. Phillies trail by a run here in the 7th inning.
Trying to come up with a clutch hit here. 2 outs.
Left-handed pitchers do. Left-handed hitters throw those breaking balls, see if they'll chase them.
Yeah. Really kind of set Darren Ruff up. They've been throwing him inside. Now the time he's ready for the inside pitch, what do? They go away. But they go away with men on base.
Threw that one right at him. Broke over the plate. And that'll end the inning. Phillies waste a scoring opportunity. No runs, 2 hits. No errors, they'll leave 2. And here's that knee-bending breaking ball right there. A perfect pitch for the final out of the inning. Phillies baseball is brought to you by Citizens Bank, where good banking is good citizenship. Isn't it time you experience good banking? And a little shower is quickly dissipated here at Bright House Field. See the fans of all ages out there in the, well, it's a little bit partly cloudy right now. Sun not out, but still a nice warm afternoon. Big smile. Phillies with a few changes here in the 8th inning, and that's Kevin Franson will move into the game to play second base. New first baseman's John Mayberry. And on the mound for the Phillies will be right-hander Zach Miner, 31-year-older out of St. Louis, makes his home now in Jupiter, Florida. Phillies signed him as a minor league free agent in December of last year, has pitched in the major leagues with the Detroit Tigers. Total of 157 games, including 35 starts. That's what he's done that thus far in 7 games here in spring training.
Yeah, a lot of hits. 16. And, you know, when you're a reliever, you just don't get a lot of those innings to get that ERA down the way you would like.
They're trying to hold it right where it is at 5-4. The Braves lead by a run. They come in here hot, winning 5 straight exhibition games, trying for 6. Blake DeWitt gets his first at bat of the game, and the first pitch, a fastball for a strike. Chris Johnson batting in that spot was 2 for 3 today with a run scored. Chases a high pitch, 0-2. Evan Gattis, who's had a big game with 2 homers, waits on deck. Knocked in 3.
He's had some pretty good swings. I thought the pitch he hit off of Durbin was pretty good. Well, actually, it was a slider. Didn't seem to slide. He just caught too much of the plate.
Chad giving up 3 runs in that inning. Phillies led 4-0 in this game and now trail 5-4. There's a broken bat, base hit to right. Boy, that baby had eyes. Maybe didn't break his bat, but he sure got in on him.
Yeah, got in on him on the inside. Not in enough, but give DeWitt credit being able to turn on that.
Well, local IBEW Local 98 wiffle ball set. That will be on Sunday, April 7th. First homestand of the series. Phillies against the Royals. A free Ryan Howard wiffle ball set. Compliments of IBEW Local 98. Free to fans 14 and under. So order your tickets right now at Phillies.com. Chance to use that equipment.
Yeah.
Whatever it was. Oh, look at this. You know, I think he tried to hit the ball to right field, but it was almost like an excuse me swing.
You know, he really did. Again, you got to give him credit. I mean, he was actually going that way.
Evan Gattis is an interesting story. Battled depression after high school. 4 years out of the game. He had a lot of jobs, including a ski lift operator. As he's going to leave the game now, resume playing ball at Texas Perry Basin. Last year, he had 18 home runs at AA and AAA and 16 in Venezuela in the Winter League. So battling his way back to maybe a backup job in the major leagues at the start of the season for the Braves.
Well, you can see he didn't overswing, tried to hit it the other way. Although if I got 2 home runs in a game, you can bet I'm trying to go for that third one.
Well, this guy can fly. And it'll be a base hit. Once Costanza got that ball down, you figure there's going to be trouble. And just like that, the Atlanta Braves had the bases loaded with nobody out.
Well, that's how you're supposed to come off that ball, exactly the way Franson did as he was recovering that ball at second base. Went all the way over to first base. Take a look at it. Mayberry has to charge in. That ball's a throw there, and if he stays on the bag, boy, you got chaos.
Yeah. He needed to come off the bag, and he did. That's Todd Cunningham, by the way, at second base now. He ran for Evan Gattis, who had a 3-hit afternoon. And the batter now for the first time today is Jordan Perez. Batting in the 9-hole. Paul Mahalan was there before. Bases loaded, nobody out. Phillies with the infield, a double play depth. Grounded foul down the third baseline. Perez, a big guy, 6'3", 215-pounder out of Henderson, Nevada. Signed by the Braves as a minor league free agent back in 2011. Originally selected by the Phillies back in 2003, didn't sign. And then by the Astros.
Like that pitch, really not up and in. It was just in a little bit. It's just not a stance, open stance. See the guys with the open stance, they're looking for that ball, usually out over the plate and away. So when you throw them inside, it's almost like it's a surprise to them.
Good pitch on the outside corner, a fastball away.
Not as aggressive after you get a ball up near the eye area to try and go out and hit that ball away. That's why pitchers do that. Again, you don't have to hit them. It's just the effect of moving their feet a little bit to be able to get the pitch that you want.
And he misses away. So it's a full count. Nowhere to put him. 3 balls, 2 strikes, bases loaded, nobody out.
Yeah, this is one of those counts, too. When we talk about hitting counts, Bases loaded like this, 3-2. I consider this a hitting count.
Double play ball. The Phillies will turn the double play. 4-6-3. Franson to Betancourt to Mayberry. A run scores as DeWitt crosses the plate, and it's 6-4 Atlanta. 2 outs and a runner at third.
You know, those situations, bases loaded, pitchers will take that double play just about every single time. Sure, you'd rather have had a strikeout and then the double play. Therefore, no runs would have scored. But, again, you got to take that and kind of conserve the damage here, because he did have some big trouble.
Now trying to get out of it with one as Schaefer fouls it off. Jordan Schaefer started the game in right field, has moved to center. Walked his first 3 times up off Adam Morgan, then grounded out in the 6th. He's 0 for 1, as you see there, batting at .250. 2 outs and a runner at third base. Todd Cunningham, 1-1. 6 runs, 12 hits, 2 errors for Atlanta. 4-9-0 for the Phillies with 2 outs in the 8th inning. It's a breaking ball over, and it's 1-2. We'll go out of play down the left field line. Looks like everybody had stuck around, has moved back to their seats after that brief spritz that we had. Didn't last very long. Good crowd here today. It's a sellout. We'll see what the attendance is later. We'll have a huge crowd here on Sunday when the Red Sox come in for their one visit this spring.
Every time a fan comes here for the first time, we just talk about how nice this stadium is. Just so much to do. I mean, you can really circle the whole ballpark just about here.
Oh, yeah, and walk all the way around it behind the batting eye.
Good food. Friendly people.
You're kind of seen. Struck him out right there. Does Minor. So he survives with just 1 run given up on the double play. The Braves add another one, and they lead it 6-4. Monday, April 8th at 7:05, Phillies will entertain the New York Mets, and it's free opening week T-shirt. Compliments of McDonald's, and it's free to fans 15 and over. So make your plans right now. Order tickets at Phillies.com. Braves have made a few more changes as we look at some of the crowd here on this nice afternoon. Todd Cunningham, who came in as the pinch runner, will move into the game in center field. That's a new shortstop, and that Sean Kazmar. And the new catcher is a kid they really love in their organization. Think he's their catcher of the future. Christian Bethencourt will be behind the plate. Eric Kratz, the batter, doubled twice today. He's knocked in a couple of runs, scored a run, and flied to center. And facing the left-hander Rodriguez for the first time.
Well, he's had really a good day today. That's what he has to do. Just hit that ball hard. He's got the power to hit the ball out of the ballpark.
And that ball's hit well to left field. And it will go. Sarge just said he one-handed that baby out. A lot of help when balls get up in the air to left field right now. And the Phillies take advantage of it for the first time. Big day for Eric Kratz. 3 hits, 2 doubles, and a home run. A homer is second of the spring.
Yeah, that'll make him really feel good. More importantly, the hitting coach, Steve Henderson, Wally Jones, that's going to making them feel a lot better. Look at that one-handed swing, Wills, you talked about. Take a look at it. Now, even though they fooled him a little bit, take a look at his balance. His balance was still very well. I mean, it was sound.
It looked like a changeup, too. He had to supply his own power.
Yeah, well, too, though. I mean, you get it up here in this area and going into left field, little bit of juice, going to have good results. So he should be very happy about the way he swung the bat today.
All the home runs have gone almost to the same area today. Freddie Galvis, the batter. Freddie's 0 for 3, playing at third base this afternoon. On deck is Ender Inciarte. It will be his first at bat. There's Eric Kratz off a big afternoon. And Freddie hits one high and deep to left center field. Deep part of the ballpark. Back she goes, and it's off the wall and in play. And Galvis will have a stand-up. Now we've got to pull that one.
Yeah.
And it'd be tied.
Well, there's an indication, too, though. I mean, Freddie Galvis, he'll hit the ball out of the ballpark. That one on the wall, awful high. But all again, what I'm saying, he's got good wood on it. Take a look at it. And it gets in an area where it just keeps carrying and carrying. You see the fans up on the berm as they start to get up.
Freddie continues to pile up some extra base hits.
Well, he's making it a hard decision is what he's doing.
7 doubles.
You know, again, when you're calling players in to send them down, usually it's for a reason.
And Ciarte will be up there trying to bunt him over to third. Nobody out, tying run at second. We're in the 8th inning. Uneski Bettencourt, who has a couple of hits, waits on deck. We're talking 11 extra base hits right now for Freddie Galvis. There's Jonathan Papelbon, due to pitch an inning today, getting ready. And in Ciarte, oh, that's a foul ball. Boy, oh boy, a catcher Bethencourt right there looked like he had misplayed that, and the Phillies were going to be in business, but it's ruled a foul ball.
Yeah, misplayed it in fair territory. What does he have that ball hitting? That it's not fair.
I don't know.
Let's take a look at it. It's out in front.
Well, he's touching in foul territory there, it looked like.
And the ball was in foul territory. Other than that, he really butchered that ball.
Yeah, he was trying to wheel and throw that thing to first base. And they get away with that. 1 ball and 1 strike on Ender. He'll probably try it again. He does. And that's a good play by the catcher, Bethencourt. Keep it in front of him, 2-1. Ciarte can fly. Now they have to make a perfect play on him if he gets that bunt down.
Yeah, one of the reasons, too, I'm thinking Charlie's keeping that bunt on. And if he gets the 2 strikes, I'm sure Charlie will let him hit. But once he gets it down, that's when the fun starts. He puts a lot of pressure on the opposition.
There's the bunt, and it's a good one. Look at him get down the line. Sack 3-4 on the play. And over to third base in scoring position with 1 out goes Freddie Galvis for Uneski Bettencourt. Good job by Ciarte to get the bunt down. He'll get congratulations there in the Phil's dugout.
Yep.
Good fundamental play.
Now, this is a situation where you go through every single batting practice, infield in. You'll have sessions infield in. You'll have sessions infield back. The main thing is get yourself a good pitch and try and keep that ball, this situation, off the ground.
Yeah, the Phillies in another spot here with a runner at third and less than 2 outs the way they were last inning. Not able to score. Trying to tie the game up now. Home run by Eric Kratz has gotten them to within 1. That's Freddie Galvis with the infield in.
Pressure on the pitcher to make a good solid pitch.
And he grounds it foul third base side into the Hooters VIP Diamond dugout area.
You don't have to be too anxious to hit. I mean, right now, he doesn't swing at that. Now he's had 2 balls. Now it's 1-1. Big difference. They got a lot of smiles going on now. And when Dominic's hitting that ball, good reason to smile.
Charlie and he like to talk hitting. Very good play in the dirt again by Bethencourt, the catcher just into the game. And Yuniesky Betancourt is ahead in the count, 2-1. That's good for Dominic Brown, stand there, talk to him like that.
Yeah, well, you get talked to when you're getting hits. You're not getting any hits. You're up in the corner someplace.
You might as well stay away, don't you?
Well, yes.
Just go hide. Yeah. Hope he doesn't see you. And there's a little nubber play at the plate. Nope, no play at the plate. And Betancourt will get the run in.
Got to tell you, boy, anytime that ball is hit to Ugla, you never know. You always have a chance. Oh, I'm sorry. That is not Ugla in there.
It's Pasternicki. Yeah.
Pasternicki.
Yeah, he just juggled it a little bit.
He comes in, glove flat. That's a play there. He was going to go home all the way. Sorry about that, Ugla. As he comes in there. Thought it was him because he just hesitated. The glove is just so big. Both of them have the big gloves.
Saw Pasternicki play a lot of shortstop for them. Oh, that one goes right off Bethencourt's mask right there as Kevin Franson's getting his first at bat of the game. Well, Kevin's had a good spring for the Phillies.
Yeah, he has. And he's the type of guy, too. He can do some things for you. Definitely good solid at bat.
So we're tied up at 6 now with the Phillies throwing up a 2 spot here in the 8th inning. John Mayberry Jr. waits on deck. He came into the game for Ryan Howard and batting in Howard's spot. And over for a strike. 1 ball, 2 strikes. And he began with a home run by Eric Kratz and Freddie Galvis with a double. And they got him over, got him in to tie the game.
Yep.
Foul down the third base line. DeWitt's over guarding the line right now in a tie game late.
But
another play out there in left field for the Hooters ball girl.
You know, that's another situation where Charlie had runners going on contact that they were able to score a run.
2 of them today.
Yeah.
Breaking ball.
And if you're not going on contact, you're running and hesitating, you're not going to make it. And the reason that you go is he's banking on something happening just like that, where a fielder's not able to catch the ball cleanly and get off a throw to home.
Has to be hit right at them or a clean play. And if you go on contact, the odds are you'll steal the run that way. And Kevin fouls one at the plate. That one hurt.
Just talking with Roger McDowell, pitching coach there, Atlanta Braves, about that same pitch.
Said how Maddox would do that too.
Oh boy, and he knows it. He started laughing because he knows that's exactly what Greg would do.
Yeah, that one bounced up and got him. Foul away.
Not so much that it hurts right then, that they always seem to try and come back with the same pitch for you to do it again.
He don't want to do that again. Breaking ball, and he got him. He puts a tag on him, and that'll end the inning. But the Phillies with the leadoff home run from Eric Kratz and the double get him in after that, and they've tied it up at 6. Sunday afternoon on PHL 17. Cliff Lee will pitch for the Phillies. The Boston Red Sox will come here for their one visit this year. It should be a big crowd, good ball game. Always fun to see the Red Sox in town. Game time is at 1 o'clock, and Jonathan Papelbon comes into the tie game here in the 9th inning. You see the total's pretty close. 2 errors today for Atlanta. Led to a couple unearned runs for the Phils. Papelbon started slowly, so that earned run average is a little bit inflated. His last few times out, he's been just fine. He has allowed a couple of long balls.
Yeah, well, you're just hoping, and when you're getting your closer ready, that his arm is strong, ready to go, and not worried too much about, him giving up home runs. You'd be more worried about location, whether or not he's able to hit spots. But again, these guys pitch with a lot of heart and having a lot of adrenaline going on. So that means he needs game situations.
Oh, yeah.
Papelbon with a nice cheer there from the fans. And he will face Sean Kazmar. This will be the first appearance for Kazmar at the plate. One of the minor league players they brought over today, hitting out of a little closed stance, playing at shortstop. That'd be a kick for this kid, face a guy like Papelbon.
Yeah, only a kick if you're able to get some wood on the ball. Okay.
That's a good point. Kazmar is a 5'9", 180-pounder out of Valdosta, Georgia, and went to high school in Las Vegas. Drafted originally by Oakland in the 37th round back in 2003. So he's not that young. He's 28. There's Jones warming up in the bullpen, another young player they brought over, Chris Jones.
I tell you, everybody seems to load up a lot of left-handed pitchers against the fighting Phils. And for good reason. Good pitch.
Strike call. I showed Roger the list the Braves sent over today on their traveling squad. Roger McDowell, and they had two pitchers there. And then down in the minor league call-ups, they had 3 more. He says, "Is that all we have?"
Oh, God.
I said, "We got to get a lot of innings out of Mahalam today,"
yeah.
And they did. And he pops it up foul over our heads and out of play. Joey Turtislovich waits on deck, making his first plate appearance. Turdoslavich. We'll call him Joey. Fouled away again.
Yeah, I heard you practicing that earlier.
It's done a lot of good. I wish it were a Spanish name. I'd have a better chance.
He just said, hey, good luck.
Yeah.
Still consider Papelbon having really a super year last year, 38 saves. Still.
Oh, yeah, he did his job. They just couldn't get to him enough games.
Right, isn't that the truth? Just really couldn't get to him. And again, hopefully this year it'll be a little bit more. And maybe with Adams there in that 8th spot, it might be a little easier.
Yeah, that's a game plan with Mike Adams over here to pitch the 8th inning to get the Papelbon. Swing and a miss, struck him out with a good fastball.
Right. That's what you call popping the glove right there. Just smoked that ball by him. That's what you like when you're in the stands and you're able to hear the ball pop like that. You know he's throwing the ball with some velocity. And in an excellent spot is that ball on the outside part of the plate.
Here's the numbers on Joe.
Oh, you're calling him Joe now.
And well, that's what's set up there. It's Joey, actually. He's from Sarasota, Florida. Not that far from here. That's down where the Baltimore Orioles train and where you have one of your favorite takeout joints, right? Sarasota?
Oh, and Yoder's.
Yoder's.
Yeah, I was asking Larry last night to bring some chicken back. Didn't get a favorable note back, though.
Pies, too, right?
Yeah.
Fly ball to center field, and Ciarte is right there, puts it away. Why wouldn't Larry stop for you?
Guess he thought it was going to be a little too late.
Well, weeknights at 5, watch the best talk in Phillies sports. Michael Barkan and Phillies top sports writers discuss the tourney, the Flyers, the Sixers, and, of course, the Phils. There's plenty to talk about on Daily News Live, weeknights at 5, over on Comcast Sportsnet. 2 up and 2 down here in the 9th inning. Tyler Pasternicki will get his first at bat. Been a shortstop in their organization, playing a little bit of second right now, checking his versatility. And Drelton Simmons, good-looking young player from Curaçao, is they're going to be their everyday shortstop.
I was going to say, he's not going to get much playing time at that position for a while.
No, that kid can really play. Guarding the line with Galvis at third. And a ground ball to short on one big hop to Yuniesky Betancourt. Throws him out, and Jonathan Papelbon has a perfect 9th inning. 3 up and 3 down. Phillies come up with a chance to win this baby in the bottom of the 9th. They're tied at 6. Go to the bottom of the 9th inning. Phillies will send up John Mayberry Jr., Dominic Brown, and Darren Ruff, 3 guys that can hit the baseball out of the ballpark.
Yep, well, got to get their pitch.
There's Murph's new favorite place down the right field line. And big crowd here of over 10,000.
Well, you can score a run. We can get some happy faces going on over here.
10,037 officially here at Bright House Field this afternoon. A few empty seats now. Are people just milling around? Some going on home.
They really support the Phillies here in Clearwater and have for years.
Well, the Phillies are marking their 67th year here, Sarge. in Clearwater for spring training. 60. The only town where there's been a team there longer, the Tigers and Lakeland.
Right, and their stadium is nothing like this one, by the way.
No, they fixed it up, but this is as good a ballpark as you want to go to as far as exhibition games. It's just terrific. Clearwater Threshers play here all year then, and that's a really good franchise down here. John Mayberry Jr. leads it off. They're going to guard the line with DeWitt at third.
Well, you feel, though, if a pitcher comes inside, he's coming inside to be able to go outside, especially after seeing so many balls go out of the ballpark.
You get one up in the wind to left now and get out of here. And Mayberry, he looked like he wants to open up a little bit and nail one out that way.
Well, he's in the driver's seat right now. He can dictate the pitch he wants to hit. Again, not trying to overswing here, but just trying to really hit the ball solid. It's okay.
Yeah, that's a good pitch to take there.
Yep.
That was a pitcher's pitch. Looked like could have been even a little bit low.
Well, like him really to take the ball like he's going to hit it. I thought he got on his heels just a little. You know, even if you take the ball, take it like it's going to hit it and anticipate it being a strike until it isn't.
That ball's hit high in the air to center field, but a lot of room out there.
Okay, Dom, you're the hero here.
And there's the first out.
Bring it out. Bring it out.
Well, before the game today, the Phillies honored their Venezuelan Summer League team. Had 48 wins and 22 losses, leading the league with a 2.51 earned run average, high batting average. Had a lot of base hits in 70 combined games against the Mariners, Tigers, and Rays, and it was a nice honor for them.
Sure was.
Their first-year manager, Trino Aguilar, took care of that during the summer. Sal Augustinelli, who's the Phillies Latin American coordinator, was down there giving out the awards along with other people representing the Phils. Director of Player Development Joe Jordan, Assistant Director Steve Novarita, Benny Looper, Assistant General Manager, Ruben Amaro Jr., of course the Phil's General Manager, and Phil's President and General Partner David Montgomery. Sal was handling the Spanish, which was a good idea with that group, except for Ruben. Here's a breaking ball, swung on and missed by Brown. He had a hanger to hit.
Yeah, came off of the ball. Tell you what, though, that's not an easy league. And pitching-wise, ERA of 2.51 there in Venezuela. More impressive for me, in 70 games, 654 hits. That's having a good time there for the hitting coach and pitching coach and the manager.
And they were the champions of that league, beating a Seattle team 2 out of 3.
As youngsters, getting used to winning early can do nothing but help you be more of a team player, because when you win, everybody wins.
Here's a 2-2 to Dominic, and he struck him out. Looked like a sinking fastball.
That's a bad hack. Usually has a little better swing. Pitch must have fooled him. It was down and in.
Might have been looking for that frisbee with 2 strikes and couldn't handle it. Well, 2 outs and nobody on base. Phillies are warming up right-hander Stephen Inch in their bullpen. They have a couple guys. They don't have to bring them very far from the minor league camp. They brought 4 pitchers over today. One of them, Adam Morgan, who started, did a great job. Darren Ruff's going to end it. Oh, that's a long one. Way out to deep left center field, over everything with a big hop. And that's what we're thinking. One of those right-handed hitters with that wind, and he crushes it. And the Phillies are going to walk off with a 7-6 win, Sarge.
That ball there out over the plate. He was trying to get it away. This is what I'm talking about with this Darren Ruff guy. You don't see some more of this before it's all over. He has a home run swing, and let me tell you something. That's going to make him feel a whole lot better about his spring or catching balls, whatever you want to say. That's what you call a game-winning, not game over here. Now, don't forget to tip your clubby as you're leaving, too. This has been nice. Not extra innings here for us either, Wills.
How about how far that baby went?
Oh, boy,
There you
boy.
go.
Yeah, that's on top of that tiki bar. Oh, my gosh. I take it back. He tried to sneak it in there. Tried to sneak that little cheese in there. You don't have enough. You're going to pay as he flips the bat like he's Babe Ruth. Happy fans here. 7-6 as the Fighting Fields end up winning. And look at the bench. They knew it was gone. They knew it was going on the sound as the ball leaves the ballpark. Freddie Galvis leading the charge. Take a look at it again. What a sweet swing. Sweet sound.
Yeah, well, the game was over. It's just a matter of how far that thing is going to go.
Well, yep, and Papelbon actually ends up getting the win on that. Thought he threw the ball pretty good. Only gave up one rocket, and that was the shortstop. Betancourt actually caught that. But he'll be ready to go again. He pitches on a lot of adrenaline and obviously has a lot of pride about the job that he does.
Yeah, and he's been fine lately. He had a little bit shaky the first couple times out, but he's been doing his job. And then he's the last guy you worry about is Jonathan Papelbon. He's just fine.
Yeah. Well, I tell you what, that can hardly wait to see this kid tomorrow and ask him about this home run here. Look at this short, sweet swing. Take a look as he went that head down. Now watch the flip of the bat as he knows. That's when you know they're gone, when you're doing that and not even looking anywhere else. Holy cow. Oh, 2 outs. You're talking clutching up, making a lot of people happy. Get in now, early dinner.
Well, that was really fun to watch Darren Ruff get a swing like that. And he's down there with our Greg Murphy. Murph, take it away.
All right, thank you very much, Wheels. Yeah, fun to watch, but probably a little bit more fun to hit. And I don't know if that one's come down yet. That had to feel pretty good for you, Darren.
Yeah, it felt great. Just tried to get a good pitch to hit. Threw a fastball down a little bit, and got to put a good swing on it. So that's all you can ask for.
When you go through a spring training, as you're going through right now, and you've had some ups and you've had some downs, just how important is it to obviously have more ups than downs and have a game finish like this for you?
Right. Yeah. It's hopefully a momentum builder for me. Struggled early, but. It's a little different being in a big league camp. You have a few more eyes on you, things like that. And, hopefully these last few weeks get something going and carry it into the season.
Yeah, no doubt about it. And, when you're talking about, obviously, at the plate is one thing, defense is another thing. How hard has it been for you to, kind of keep them separate as you work on playing left field and continue to hit at the plate?
Right, yeah, it's a little bit different to, learn a new position and, not have it carry over to the plate and, affect your whole game a little bit. But, I try to separate it as much as possible, especially during the game. During early work and stuff, I can really, focus on things, try to make it more of a routine and a habit when I get out onto the field. But once the game starts, you kind of forget about everything you've worked on almost.
All right, well, that was certainly fun to watch, and you kept us from extra innings, so that's a good thing too, right?
Yeah, thanks a lot.
All right, Darren, thanks a lot. Guys?
All right, Murph, thanks. Yeah, kept us from extra innings, and this is how. A bomb by Darren Ruff to deep left field. The Phillies win it 7-6 with 2 outs, the bottom of the ninth. Back with more right after this.